All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. I hope my voice is coming good and clear. Please invite your friends, and this is a Christian Prince with you. Before we start the topic, I saw some questions in the chat, which is like before we start, I look at the chat and I saw some questions. You know, there's a lot of confusion happened, not because of you. Even those who claim to be Christian or they claim to be teachers. Um, it's easy to claim something. And most of people, what they do in order to prove something, they go and do a little search in the internet and they come with the answer from there. As an example, before we heard a Christian person, without saying his name, he said that Allah Akbar means God is great. We heard someone like James White. He said that the God of Islam is not the moon God. Why? Because the Quran says don't worship the moon. And the funny, most of people who say those silly stuff, they are people who hold PhD. I'm not a person who hold PhD. I hold a driving license. You know, knowledge have nothing to do with degrees. Yes, I study in university. Yes, I got a bachelor degree in Islamic law. Yes, I have a master degree, but have nothing to do with the topic we're talking about. But this is not what made me who I am. In schools, they never teach you any of this. So the question was how the word al is equal to God. Somebody is asking how the word al is equal to God, and this is why I spoke about those people who says that Allahu Akbar mean God is great, and the one who said that Islam God is not the moon God. So how we can get to a good conclusion in a very easy way without taking you deep into a very academic, deep study. Always, one of the reasons people they like to watch my program because I make things simple, and I think all of you agree, right? You do not need to be a person who have a PhD. Actually, I notice people who have a PhD always they are the last one to know. PhD is something to blind people with. We say I am a doctor, etc. But if we ask Shabir Ali who is Allah, he will spend 10 hours to tell us who is Allah. He will say he will talk about everything except the answer we want. But he have a PhD. So don't make people fool you with the certificate they have. Let us see how we can answer the question about who is Allah and how Al is a word in God. I will use the Quran as usual for the best benefit, because the Muslim they can't say we are lying. They can't say this book is corrupt. Can they? Didn't try. All right. This is a chapter 53, verse number 90. I hope my screen is coming right for you. Let me know, please, if you have any difficulty to see the text. All right. You see here in the English translation, you see the word lat. Do you see the word lat? And you see the word Uzza. Let us highlight. This is lat, and this is Uzza. Before both of them, you notice in the translation they put the, and before Al-Uzza there's the. You notice that? Okay. In fact, in Arabic, there's no the. There's no the. The translator, because today in Arabic, the word al is equal to the, so they thought, okay, this is he's saying the Lat, the Uzza. But the fact, no. Because remember, Al-Lat and Al-Uzza, who are they? They are goddesses. Is that correct? Allah had 3 daughters. Allah has 3 daughters, Al-Lat and Al-Uzza and Manat. And we will go to Manat after that. So what before them in Arabic? It is Al. Al. So here we have Al. Let us type it in English, so make it simple. Al. So we replace the with the real writing in Arabic, which is Al-Lat. And here we have another Al. Al-Uzza. As we say, the word Al mean God. Correct? The word Al mean God. Now it makes sense, correct? Now it makes sense. Al-Lat, God is Al-Uzza. Al-Lat and Al-Uzza, both are goddess. This is why before them we have Al. Is it clear? And how simple we can make it more than this. You will notice that the word Manat does not have Al. before it. But in fact it does, but it's not mentioned. Manat simply is the goddess of death. Is the goddess of death. And because it is the goddess of death, it come always by a terror, like it's like by itself. The Manat. In Arabic we say al-maniya, like the death, where death is struck, like struck you or struck you. So Manat is the goddess of death, and we have Al-Lat and we have Al-Uzza. But who are those? You see, some naive ones, they say to you that Allah is a word coming from the Aramaic Allah or Aleho, or we have Elohim. You see, all old languages is connected, and Aramaic is the mother of many languages, and Aramaic itself is born from other languages. So all these areas, they are connected in words. As an example, the word El is not necessarily for the God of the Hebrew. It was used by other goddesses, or let us say by other religions. It's a language word, have nothing to do who is God you are worshiping. It's like now in English, you say the word God, but each one of us coming from different country, from different nation, but we share this word. A Muslim, he used the word God, right? But he's worshiping totally different God. So El, it was not really El, it was Al. As an example, Israel never was Israel. It was Israel. Let me see if I can type it for you on the screen and make it more clear. Give me a second. Okay. So Israel will be like this. The true Israel. Do you see how it is? Al, and Al, by the way, is not the name of a god. It is just a word meaning God. Just don't be confused. So pagan, they use Al. Christian, for sure, because the Christianity came when the Hebrew, let us say we as a Christians, the language we are using, the new Hebrew, not the ancient one, but the ancient Hebrew, they used the Al. It was Israel, it was not Israel. I mean, it was Israel, not Israel. So El or El is a replacement of the word Al. Emmanuel, right? Israel, Ishmael. Actually, in Arabic until now, when we say the prophet Daniel, we don't say Daniel, we say Daniel. Daniel. So this is how it is. Now, in order always to understand anything, especially history, you have to study the language very well. Languages always maintain all the secrets. Anything you say in your life is coming from somewhere, and behind it there is a story, but you use it, you do not know what the story is behind the word. Every word have a story. The same as the Chinese, you know, Chinese is kind of an art. It's like a drawing, because you attain a story by words, and words are nothing but images. You put an image in your head, and the second somebody mentioned that word, your brain, which is your computer, will look for the word and compare it with an image which is stored already in your mind. So when you say a chair, you have an image of a chair. When you say a pen, you have an image of a pen. When you say a door, you have an image of a door. When you say a man, you have an image of a man, and that what make you understand images. Here Allat and Al-Uzza is the goddess of the moon god. Those who say that Allah cannot be the moon god, the refutation for them is here. Because if you go and check out what is Allat and what is Al-Uzza and what is Manat, you will find that those are the three gods of Allah, three daughters of Allah, which is the moon god. The moon god, he married it from the sun god. The moon is the male, the moon god is the male. And when I say the moon god, by the way, I'm not talking about the moon itself. You see, many naive they think that when we say the moon god, it's mean the moon. So the moon god married from the sun god, and they have three daughters, which is Allat, Al-Uzza, and Manat. And this is will get Islam busted immediately. Because if the Arab are not worshiping the moon god, why those are the three daughters of the moon god? Remember, Allah is the God worship before Islam. And Muhammad is just doing nothing. He's just copying what was before him. And Muhammad, he carried everything from the pagan before him. The Kaaba, the black stone, the Manat, As-Safa, Al-Marwa, everything was before him. He copied. So when somebody try to say, oh, we have nothing to do, because someone like James White, he says to you, oh, they know this is a lie. When somebody says to you that they are worshiping the moon god is far away from the truth, because the Quran itself says don't worship the moon. And we can give tons of evidence. If you remember the story of An-Najm, the chapter of An-Najm, where the cousin of Muhammad, he said, Kafartu bi Rabbi Najm, I am a kafir by the God of the Najm. Let's get the verse. Let us see. وَالنَّجْمُ إِذَا هَوَى, وَالنَّجْمُ إِذَا هَوَى. النَّجْم is a word mean the star. But everything in the Quran have a story behind it. In the name of Allah, the most, this is something the Muslims, by the way, add long after the Quran is written. This is why you see here in the top, if you notice with me, to prove the corruption of the Quran, the Muslims themselves, they help us in proving the corruption. You will notice with me that verse number 1 starts where? Here. Correct? So why we have this here? This is corruption. Because who is the one who gave you the right to add it there if it's not there? So وَالنَّجْمُ إِذَا هَوَى, the Muslim translation says, I swear by the star when it goes down. But in Arabic, the word doesn't sound like it at all. وَالنَّجْمُ إِذَا هَوَى. Hawa in Arabic can have many meanings. It can be in love. It can be falling down. It can be, happy, like something you love to do. So when najmu ida hawa, and when the star when it was either is going to be falling down or in love. But look here how the Muslims they get themselves busted again. You notice that the word hawa, especially for those who speak Arabic, appear here again. The only difference between this one and this one, nothing. It just says al-hawa. وَمَا يَنْطِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَى. Nor does he speak out of desire. You see the word desire? So the word hawa can come as a desire, and that means it's possible here for this word to be a desire, and it's possible to be fall or to fail into something. However, it's the same, because hawa is somebody fall into desire anyway. Muhammad here he says وَمَا يَنْطِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَى, which means he don't speak by his own desire. If we go back here, how the Muslim they come to the conclusion that this sentence here says when najmu ida hawa mean I swear by the star when it goes down. It's very funny, and I cannot find really a reason for them to say that here the verse saying I swear, because all what the verse says and the star when it fell down. If this word here is fail, not a desire, that's it. There's no swear, there's nothing about that. If we go to the story, we find that Muhammad he was speaking to his cousin. Let us find the story in Arabic. Are we enjoying, guys? I hope we are learning. Always when we show Islamic reference. Welcome to our free school. Tafsir. How the Muslims try to understand this madness. Right away the Muslims agree about not to agree what is the verses speaking about. Right away we say اختلف أهل التأويل في تأويل قوله والنجم إذا هوى. The mufassirin, the people who do give interpretation, they disagree. They agree about not to agree about what this verse mean. I mean, you see how funny the Muslims they say to us that the Quran was a miracle. How a book can be a miracle or called a miracle if this book could not explain itself? And then even the ones who they are doing interpretation, they could not explain it. That's mean this book is facing a big failure. Do you agree? Right away from the first letter it says اختلف أهل التأويل في تأويل قوله والنجم إذا هوى. And people who do tafsir, they disagree about what this verse mean. Here we go. Okay, what does verse mean? Let's see. Let us see. بدأت This guy, he cannot even say his prophet name correctly. And now he want to explain to you what is written in a book. The Arab themselves who speak Arabic, they are born Arab, they do not understand and they cannot explain. But the guy is coming from Pakistan who have no idea what he's talking about. Suddenly he became a scholar. If we ask Zakir Naik, why Allah he swear, let us go with the translation. Why Allah swear by the star? I mean, this is very funny. Why God want to stay the star which is failing where? What does that mean? If this is about a falling star, that means the God of Islam he have it wrong, because God, stars don't fail on the earth. Either Muhammad he thought that those meteor are stars which is falling down, or Allah he thought that. But either way, whoever is making the Quran is the author of the Quran. Is my voice coming clear, guys? Is my voice good? All right, let us go back here. Here the story it says حدثنا بشر قال يأثنى يزيد قال ثنى سعيد قال, which means he said. This is what Islam is based on. He said to he said أما تخاف أن يأكلك قلب الله. The cousin of Muhammad, he said to him, his name is Utbah, he said to Muhammad, I am a kafir, I don't want to believe in the God of the star. Muhammad, he said to him, aren't you afraid that the God of the dog of Allah will eat you? The dog of Allah will eat you? Why Allah have a dog? Why Allah has a dog? I thought dog is najis. Even Muhammad, he said that a house which has dogs, angels will not even enter it. If we go to the book of Tafsir in English, let us see that. All right. Please invite your friends. You see, we changed the topic. I was planning to talk about something else, but because this question was in the chat, so I wanted to answer it. The Muslim did not translate the reason why this verse came down. Interesting. Read with me carefully. And look how the Muslim did falsely translate in English. And from his narration and the authority of Ibn Abbas that he said regarding the interpretation of Allah saying, by the Najm when it saith, the Najm saith, by the Najm when it saith, he says, Allah swear by the Quran when Jibril takes it down to Muhammad. Allah swear by the Quran. In settlement Nujman 1, 2, 3, 4 verses at the time, there was 20 years interval between the first and the last verses. Okay, when this verse was revealed, Utbah ibn Abi Lahab heard, and supposedly, by the way, this guy, he was married to one of Muhammad's daughters, heard the Prophet saying, swear by revelation of the Quran. Swear by the revelation of the Quran. So he said, tell Muhammad that I disbelieve in the installment of the Quran. But he didn't say that. He said, I don't believe in the Lord of the Star. What Quran? When the Prophet BBBUH, he was informed, he prayed to Allah, set on him one of year wild beast, Later Allah set him a lion near Haran, and the guy he was eaten by the lion. Now look at this fiction story. This guy, he said, I don't want to believe in the Lord of the star, which is falling down supposedly. And Allah, he prayed to Allah to send a dog. You see here that in Arabic they say, in the English they said lion, but the fact in Arabic it says dog. And we can find this in many interpretations. You know, tons of interpretation. Same as like Sharh Sunan al-Nisa'i. Same garbage. أما تخاف أن يأكلك كلب الله. Aren't you afraid that dog of Allah will eat you? All right. So now we see here that Muhammad, he confirmed that he have a God. He is the God of the star, and you have to believe in that God. If we go to different verse in the Quran, we will find the following. Chapter 53, verse number 49. وَإِنَّهُ هُوَ رَبُّ الشَّعْرَةِ. What is رَبُّ الشَّعْرَةِ? What does that mean? The Arab, they used to worship a god of Ashara, pagan god, 100% pagan god. What is Ashara? We will see soon. وقال ابن عباس هو هذا النجم الوقاد الذي يقال له مرزم الجوزاء. I don't know how to translate this. Is anybody speak Arabic here? Can tell me what a jawza in English? You know those zodiac, the zodiac. Let me see. Let us see. Show you what is a Jimny. Is that the one? Yeah, this is a jawza. Let us see. Let us see in the images. You see, this is al jawza. Why Muhammad he chose that his God is the God of this? Any Muslim have an answer? His God is the God of this? Yeah, but what it win? What it win? What it win is that? Obviously, all of those you know, pagan belief about zodiac and their effect in your life, and even your sexuality, even your success, even your wealth, even your money, even everything you have, it's based on them. And this is, you know, obviously it's a sexual thing. So Muhammad he chose from all the stars a star which is symbolic for this, and to say that he is the God of Ashara. Now if you are a Muslim, you want to explain to me, feel free, no problem, you know, go ahead. But obviously there is something fishy here, right? If we continue, it says here وكانت طائفة من العرب يعبدونه, and a group of the Arab, this is Tafsir Ibn Kathir by the way, a group of the Arab, they used to worship him. Let us see if we can get Ibn Kathir in English. Hold on, maybe for better benefit for all of us to go in English. I hope the website is working. All right. You see, like when you study, you know, any religion, not necessarily Islam, you have to connect the dots together to get the image. Here we go. And he is the Lord of Ash-Shara. Ibn Abbas, Mujahid, and Qatada, and etc. said that Ash-Shara is the brightest star named Mirzam al-Jawza Sirius. Do you see it? Which a group of the Arab used to worship. Hold on. Why Muhammad is saying that to the Arab who worship the god of that star? Muhammad is a hypocrite man. He meet with the Christian, he say, I believe in your God. He meet with the Jews, I believe in your God. He meet with the Sabian, I believe in your God. He meet with the Arab who worship Allah already. He says, your God is my God. Here we go. I say Allah. Those who believe in Akbar, I believe in Akbar. What do you want? Your God is Ash-Shara. Here we go. My God is Ash-Shara. You know, the same God. We have the same God. This is why you see the Muslims, they are desperately trying to make you believe that their God is your God. It's the same God. It's not a new God. They inherited that method from Muhammad, the hypocrite, who is trying to be a prophet, compromising his belief to anyone around. This is why he included the Sabian, and the Sabian, they are the ones who worship those stars. When Muhammad, he said in the Quran that the Sabian, they will go to heaven, based on what? Why the Sabian, they will go to heaven? Chapter 2, verse number 62. What is the reason? There is no reason. As Sabians, people worship stars, believe in creators, believe that even the God of the Jews is Satan. If you go and read the book of Sabians, you will find that the Sabian, they attack the God of the Jews, which they call him in their books Adonai. And the Sabian, they believe that the Jews are satanic because they do circumcision. But the Muslims do circumcision too. Muhammad, he copied from the Jews circumcision, but he did not even know why. If we ask a Muslim now, why Muhammad, he said to the Muslims, do circumcision? He don't know why. Here we go. We are live on air. Let me open my Skype. I did not open my Skype yet. Give me a second. Maybe we can get a Muslim to call us and tell us why Muhammad, he did circumcision. You know, Islam is like somebody, he grabbed a book of yellow pages. He grabbed some pages from here, from the middle, from the front, from the end, and he made a new book, and he called it Islam. This is why things is not connected to each other, and there's no alphabet. If you open the Quran, I'm logging in Skype. Look like my internet today is slow. All right, here we go. I am in Skype. Only Muslims can call me, please. Don't call me if you are not a Muslim. All right. Don't call me unless you are a Muslim. Each time I open Skype, I found like at 300 p.m., 400, I don't know how many. And people think I can read them all. All right. You see, if you go to the book of the Jews, you will find that if you want to go and read how God created the earth and the heaven, etc., you go to the book of Genesis. Where I'm going to find how God created the earth and heaven in the Quran, it's all over. Where I'm going to find the story of Abraham in the Quran, it's all over. Where I can find the story of Moses, it's all over. I mean, it is a book. It's like, you know, the Quran is like many pages, and somebody put it in the front of a big fan, and the fan, you know, spread the pages, and then somebody start collecting the pages, put them together. And then we get confusion. I mean, what does have to do? If you read those verses, you will notice right away how stupid what those verses are talking about is about. If you read with me, here the verse before it, Muhammad is speaking about Moses. What Moses did, what Moses happened, blah 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 blah, and then suddenly he says, surely those who believe and those who they are Jews and the Christians and the Sabians and whoever believe in Allah and the last day, he will go to heaven. What does have to do with the verse before it? What broke the Sabian, who they are the enemy of the Jews? What brought the Christians, who they are in disagreement between them and the Jews, to the middle of the story? Nothing. It's like you are watching a football game, and then a commercial break coming in the middle speaking about cheese. This cheese is the best, and forget about the rest. This person who is writing the Quran, he have a flight of thought. He cannot concentrate on a topic, and he have nothing to do with the topic itself. And then after that he says, and we took a promise from them. Look at, read with me. And when we took a promise from you and lifted the mountain over you. Lifted mountain over you? What does that mean? Take hold of the law, Torah. We have given to you with the etc etc, and then look what happened after that. Then you turned your back after that. So where if not for our grace, for the grace of Allah and his mercy on you, you would certainly have been among the losers. Like, hold on. I thought the Jews are already among the losers. What is that? What does that mean? And who is talking here? And if you read with me carefully, then right away the Quran jumped to a stupid story, and certainly you have known those among you who exceed the limit of the Sabbath. Okay, what happened to them? We turned them be apes and monkeys. Actually, it doesn't say even apes. It says kunu qirada khasi'in, be monkeys, bad monkeys, disgusting monkeys. Guys, my screen is not showing. What's happening? Oh, hold on. Ah, it's my fault. Sorry. Forgive me. I did not notice. All right. So here you see the story, how funny and how stupid. You know, here actually the story about the Jews who broke the Sabbath, God, he made them pigs and monkeys, is additional proof that Muhammad is nothing but a liar. Because think about it. How many Jews right now in Israel not only breaking the Sabbath, But not only that, they have a festival of gay and lesbian in the Sabbath. You believe it? So God, he made the Jews pigs and monkeys for breaking Sabbath, but God, he don't want to do it to the Jews no more. Okay, I want to see those who they are in Israel breaking the Sabbath tomorrow, wake up in the morning and they find themselves pigs and monkeys. Find me one Jew who broke the Sabbath, Allah he made him a pig or a monkey. And which make it more funny and more stupid, that this God, he want to make you a pig or a monkey for breaking Sabbath, but he will not make you a pig or a monkey for rape. I mean, which one is more harmful? Are we listening, guys? What kind of justice is justice? Somebody he broke the Sabbath, you make him pig, and somebody rape a woman in Sabbath, you don't make him a pig? How many men around the earth they rape women in the Sabbath? Forget about the rest of the week. Let us say Sabbath is a special day supposedly. And by the way, why Sabbath is a special day to Allah? I mean, what you have to do with the Sabbath? Here we go, you're Muslim, you don't even celebrate Sabbath, and you don't respect Sabbath. Why Allah don't make you monkeys? Aren't you all of you Muslims break the Sabbath? So suddenly Allah, he forgot about the Sabbath, he changed it. He don't want the Sabbath no more. I will switch to Friday. Stupidity. This is a pure stupidity. The Muslim himself is the one who breaking Sabbath. Nobody is calling me. I say nothing. You know, if somebody call, you will hear him. Now, I don't know if we should continue in this story here, which is funny, stupid story. And the Muslims, obviously, they are very confused with their cult. Now, Go Live Media wanna call me. What is your Skype, Go Live? Yeah, you know, this is the guy who was annoying. Keep, you know, right? Give me your Skype. Maybe you are blocked. I will, because I have a habit to block kids. What is your Skype name? Are you there? What is your Skype name, my friend? Give me your Skype name. I'm waiting for you to tell me. Go Love Vidya. Is that your Skype name? I don't see anything like this. No, we give the Muslim a chance to call us. It's okay. You know, if you want to be annoying as like, you know, because what they do, you know, they keep calling, but they don't even say anything. You give them the microphone, they just shout and scream and, you know, scream, and they don't say anything. We give them a chance. What happened to you? Go Love Media. You know, are you sure? I don't think even he's blocked. I think he's just playing a game. Anyway, forget about him. I'm not going to keep asking you until tomorrow. What is your Skype? Give me your Skype. I will call you. Now, as you see, everything in this religion is a collection of cults. And Muhammad, he have no religion. He don't belong to any religion. You know, when we ask the Muslims why Muhammad kissed the black stone, you remember this story. Once I went to a Muslim website, supposedly they help you to convert to Islam. So I chatted with them in text. I said, brother, I have a question. Why in Islam the Prophet he kissed the black stone? The guy, he said to me, because it's holy. I said, and why it's holy? He said, because the Prophet kissed it. I mean, look, this is science, my friend. This is logic. This is genius. Why the prophet kiss the black stone? Because it's holy. And why it's holy? Because he kissed it. I mean, why we are not smart like the Muslims? Why you cannot see it? Why you are blind? It's clear like sun. Muslims, they spend the whole day trying to convince you that they are people who believe in monotheism, but there's nothing in their book about monotheism. Oh, we can prove it easy. Let me show you the monotheism God of Islam. Look at this. Chapter 53, verse number 22. The same chapter. What Allah he complain about? Allah he don't like that they gave him 3 daughters and he don't have any sons. And look what he said to them. Just to show you that the one who made the Quran is an official idiot. Look what he says. Have you then considered Al-Lat and Al-Uzza? Al-Lat and Al-Uzza and Manat, the third, the last. What? For you, the male, and for him, the females? Like, what the heck? This is indeed unfair division. This is God talking. This is God talking. God saying, hold on, what's wrong with you? You gave me daughters and for you you have sons. Hello? Go live media. What is your Skype? Give me your Skype. I will call you. Give me your Skype, man. What's your people will hear you if you call me. Give me your Skype. I will call you. I promise I will call you. Aren't you the guy who gave him a shower and your YouTube is there? People are laughing at you. Go live media. I mean, go listen to yourself. Why want you humiliate yourself again? Give me your Skype. What is your Skype? Why you don't want to tell us your Skype? In Fimo production. Okay, hold on. Somebody gave me a Skype. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, I will call you. Are you online? Are you sure? Doesn't look like you're online.
Mr. Prince.
Hey, how are you, Mr. Go Live Media? What do you want to say to
I'm
us?
good. I'm good. I was just watching your the verses you were quoting out of Surah Baqarah regarding the Jews and the Sabbath, and you said they were stupid verses. In what way were they stupid?
Because your God saying and claiming that Allah he made the Jews pigs for breaking the Sabbath, correct?
Yes.
Okay, why?
Why? Because they went against the law of Allah.
What is the law of Allah?
The law of Allah at the time was the Sabbath.
At that time
Because
it was the Sabbath, so Allah he changed his mind later. He don't want the law of the Sabbath no more.
The Judaism and Christianity were in fact religions from Allah until they were corrupted by men.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How those people who Allah made them pigs and monkeys, what happened to them? How they broke the Sabbath?
They put out the nets, the fishing nets, and they continued to catch the fish while they were ordered not to work on the Sabbath.
Okay, but is it true that Allah, he stopped the fish from coming all the week, but he made the fish come in Saturday only?
Well, it's like you're messing around with destiny and religion. At the end of the day, God gives us free will.
This is not the question. I want the answer. I want the answer. Is it true that your God, he made those fishermen who live supposedly in an island in the sea, and they have no other way to live except they are fishermen? So he made them not to see the fish, but in Sabbath only the fish jump in the top of the water, come to the shore, and do belly dancing, say, I am a fish, but you cannot fish me. Today is Sabbath. Is that true?
That's not funny. And what I also wanted to say is...
Well, no, don't tell me don't funny or funny. Answer me. Is that true or not? Is that true or not? Is that true or I'm lying?
From scholars who make mistakes...
Is that true? What a scholar make mistake? Who is the one made the mistake? Who is the one who made mistake? Don't tell me. Is that true or false?
You liar, you misrepresenter of
Answer me. Is that true? Is that true or it's a lie? Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. In the front of everybody, what if we show the story from the scholars of your choice? Who is the scholar who explained this verse for us, chapter 7, verse 163?
Because you know Arabic.
Don't tell me Arabic. I will show you in English. I will show you in English. What is scholar you like me to show you? Explain this story.
Your fake game.
You see, you don't want to choose a scholar because you know you are humiliated, and now you are going to get read. I made you read before, and I will make you read again today. You are the one who asked to call me, and you are desperate to call me. And look, a second after calling me, you have no idea what to say. What is the scholar you choose to explain for us a chapter 7, verse 163, please? What is the scholar your choice who will explain this verse for us?
Say that again.
Say that again. I mean, how many times I repeat the same question? Which scholar you like me to show you explaining this verse for you?
Go ahead. What's your problem with the verse?
I told you the problem is, as I was saying to you, is it true that Allah, he made the fish disappear all the week, and he made the fish only appear in Saturday? So those people, they are suffering. They cannot fish. They cannot find fish to feed their family. And now Allah, he bring all the fish in Saturday. Yes or no?
It is a test from God.
What kind of test is that, guys? Look at this. Look at this stupid test. So you're agreeing that this is what the story is. So your God Allah, he made the fish disappear all the week, and except Saturday the fish come. But those people are hungry. They have to eat. So what test is that? You made them. You know when you say to them, you cannot work in Sabbath, and they are fishermen. And then you made the fish come only in Saturday. Who is the stupid in this story?
Was you there? Does God not test his slaves with poverty?
He's not testing them with the poverty. He is not testing them with the poverty. This is stupid. Because when you say to them you can work 7 days a week, you see, you let them live. You let them live not normal life. You don't control the fish. You make the fish go away and only come back in Saturday. And now you are going to punish them, or they are hungry and they have family, they have children they want to feed. So how many weeks I can stay without feeding my children?
Obvious from what you said, you don't even understand Christianity.
Really? Really?
Yes.
So you are saying to me that Christianity teach us that God, he teach us not to go and do work in Saturday, but God, he forbid us from finding food all the week, and the food come only in Saturday.
This is your own logic.
This is your wisdom. No, this is your wisdom. This is the Quran in front of you. This is the Quran. This is your God. He forbid the Jews from working in Sabbath, and then he bring them, and they are fishermen, and they bring them the fish only in Sabbath, and then the fish start dancing in front of them, says, I'm here, you cannot fish me, you cannot fish me. Who is the stupid here?
Just because no. Just because you've got a scholarly opinion that says that doesn't necessarily mean
scholarly opinion. So did you say scholarly opinion? Did you say scholarly opinion? Okay, give me your scholarly opinion which is against that.
in the shoes of someone 3,000-4,000 years ago, somewhere you will never
Abdul,
understand.
don't give me. You see this? You see why I hang up on you? Because you're a kid. When you call me, you have to prove me wrong. So now you agree that all the scholars agree this is the story. This is what happened, correct? You just say the scholarly opinion says that, but this is not the. But let me get you busted. This is not the scholarly opinion, you idiot. Only the verse in the front of you confirm that. Do you see the verse? Read the verse for me.
Are a liar.
Read the verse.
Well, you read the verse.
My English is not good. My English is not good. You read it for me. Go ahead.
Just because you know Arabic, you pretend.
I am not asking you to read in Arabic. I'm asking you to read your Muslim translation. Read the verse for us in English, please.
Last time when you said Satan got a penis in one leg and vagina in the one leg, you took an incorrect opinion from an incorrect scholar, and then you dance around and act like all Muslims think that. That was incorrect, by the way.
Okay, but guys, listen to this. Incorrect opinion by incorrect scholar by incorrect Muslim, and he is the only correct one who do not know what he's talking about.
Yeah, well, all right, how is there consensus on that opinion? Is there ijma?
Well, then explain to me. Yes, this is what Muslims agree upon, and now you confirm to me how Allah He says that children. Hold on, you know what? I wanna get your opinion. How shaitan have children in Islam? Who is the wife of shaitan? Who is the wife of shaitan? You see, the scholars who made this opinion, they are stupid. You are the smart one. Explain to me how the Quran says that shaitan have children.
Find me consensus on that opinion.
What do you mean find me?
Find me consensus on that opinion, what you said about Satan. And
they are trying to explain why shaitan have children. You explain. Go ahead. Do your best. How shaitan have children? Who is the wife of shaitan? Who is the wife of shaitan? Allah, He kicked only one shaitan from heaven. Only one, not 10, not 20. So there's only one genie get out of heaven. So how the first genie, he got a wife? Where did he get his wife from?
You don't understand the creation.
Explain to me. No, don't tell me you don't understand. For sure I don't understand. You are the smart one. That's why I'm asking you, my friend. Explain to me the first shaitan who came out of heaven, how he got his children. Where he got them from? He went to Home Depot. Where did he get the children from?
He was the first jinn. Who said shaitan was the
only thank you very much. And he kicked him out of heaven. So he kicked only one shaitan. Okay, shaitan now in earth. Okay, where he found his girlfriend?
God to me, or you're very stupid. Which one is it?
Just get lost. Don't call me again. I gave you a chance. You see, I gave you a chance to talk to me. Oh, what you do, you call me names. Stupid. You give me fake scholar. Oh, sorry, no, incorrect scholar. So you agree this is what the scholar says. Incorrect scholars. Who are you? Who are you? You're just a kid. When I block them for a reason. I don't waste my time. Either you prove me wrong, show me reference, give me details, or just repeating yourself says you are giving us incorrect because you speak Arabic. Yes, I speak Arabic, and you are a donkey about that. Shame on you. You pray to Allah in Arabic, but you don't speak Arabic. Who is the stupid here? How you pray to God in a language you don't understand? Here the story in front of us, it's very stupid, because if this God, he's asking them to obey him, and then he made them suffer in hunger, and then he make the fish never come to them except in Saturday. That's mean he is a shaitan. He is just playing games with them. Those people, they want to obey him, but they have family to feed, they have children to feed. You see, obeying God is not about being mad, stupid. You say to me, "Oh, go work in the whole week. Saturday, give it to me." That's okay. We got that. But then what you do, you don't leave us alone. No, you play the game with us. We are fishermen, and you make the fish disappear all the week, and then you will punish us for fishing in Saturday. That is a proof that your God is the devil. And this is not only a scholar opinion, the verse itself is saying that clearly. This is Ibn Kathir. and this is your interpretation, and let everybody laugh at this stupid cult. Your God should go to a hospital because he's suffering from a great mental illness. Ask them. Ask them about the town who live by the sea. It's an island, a village. You know, they are fishermen. Okay, when they transgressed in the matter of the Sabbath, mean they transgressed in the Sabbath and they defied Allah command to keep the Sabbath. When their fish come to them openly in the Sabbath day, only the fish come openly like and they do not come to them in the day had no Sabbath. You see, thus we made that as a trial. This is a trial. This is a trial. You tell them not to do that in Sabbath, but you bring only the fish in Sabbath. How they will live? And just to show you that Muhammad is a madman, Muhammad, the same man, he said to the Muslims, in case of hunger, you can break the command of God. If we go here, we'll find the following. Chapter 5, verse number 3. This verse, Allah supposedly he forbid the Muslims from doing certain things like eating pork. But he says, but if you are suffer from hunger, forget about my orders. Which means a Muslim, he even can eat hamburger, he can eat pork, and he can eat whatever is forbidden. But whoever is compelled by hunger, not inclining the sin or to break Allah's command, then surely Allah is forgiving and merciful. So why Allah don't practice his mercy? Here we go. He forbid you from eating pork, but if you are hungry, eat pork. Why Allah don't make you pig and monkey for breaking the command of Allah? Do you have to eat pork? There's many other food. Don't eat pork. There's camel. And by the way, why you Muslims eat camel? The Jews don't eat camel. How the law of God changed? Even your prophet, he confirmed that the Jews didn't do that. Actually, Muhammad, because he's a weird man, look what he said about the camel and the Jews. Go here. Here we go. Your prophet is aware of the law of Moses. Why he don't follow the law of Moses? The prophet said a group of the Israelis were lost. Nobody knows what they did, but I do not see them except they were cursed and they changed into rats. If why is that? How Muhammad came to such a conclusion? Genius. Look how Muhammad he reached this conclusion. For if you put the milk of a she-camel in the front of a rat, will not drink it. But if the milk of a sheep is put in the front of it, it will drink it. Hold on. Muhammad now, he is saying that the Jews are not allowed to drink the she-camel milk. And because rats, don't drink the she camel milk, they must be Jews. I mean, this is amazing. Man, this is what I called search analysis. The Prophet of Allah, he should get a degree in evolution. You see, the Muslims are the first people to believe in evolution. Muhammad now he found that the rats are Orthodox Jews. Let us call Zakir Naik and ask him about this topic, what he will say. Taradan, 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 taradan. Assalamu alaikum. Christopher, I told you 1 billion times, leave me alone. Leave me alone. What do you want this time? Brother, the Prophet, he said that he saw a rat is not drinking the she camel, and because that he thought, or he come to the conclusion that this rat is a Jew. What is your comment on that? Okay, let me explain to you. In the religion of Islam, we have something it's called comparison, which means we compare between two things. For you, you're a Christian prince, you cannot compare between anything because you are blind. So the Prophet is the first to compare things. Very, very smart and very genius. So he was observing. He see a rat. The rat come to his house, and the rat don't drink the sea camel. But the rat, he will drink the sea camel like crazy, like yummy, yummy, yummy. And there is a reason for that. I threatened you to explain to me why the rat don't drink the sea camel. Unless he is following the law of Moses. Obviously, he's a Jew. He is a Jew. Okay, thank you, Dr. Zakir Naik, for this explanation. But now, what we learn from you that the law of Moses, we should not drink she camel. So why you Muslim drink she camel? This is a very good question. For the first time in your life, you ask a good question. The reason is that Allah told Moses, don't drink sea camel. Allah told the Muslims, drink sea camel. Okay, but why Allah he told the Jews don't drink she camel, and he told the Muslim drink she camel? Don't you find there is something crazy here? First of all, please be respectful. Allah he say whatever he with. Allah was crazy. He say whatever he with. But why it is forbidden to drink she camel for the Jews? And if you do break the law of Allah, he will make you a pig and a monkey. But you Muslims, you broke all the laws, and he never made you anything. Not a pig, not a monkey. First of all, this is not true. The Prophet, peace upon him, he said, if a Muslim, he left his head before the head of the Imam when he's praying, Allah will make his head the head of a donkey. And maybe you never heard of this before. Let me teach you. This is true. You are right, Dr. Zakir Naik. The Prophet of Allah, he said, threatening the Muslims, scaring the hell of them, because he want them not to raise their head before he finish. He said, does any of you who rise his head before the Imam not fear that Allah may turn his head into the head of a donkey? Ta-da-da, ta-da-da, ta-da-da. Ta-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. What is that, man? If this is not prove to you that Muhammad is the most smart genius person in the world, I don't know what's wrong with you. Brother Zakir Naik, so why until now we did not see any Muslim who raised his head became a head of a donkey? This is absolutely false. As an example, we have an example for you. A guy, his name is Muhammad Hidab. He went to have a debate with a guy, his name is David Wood. David Wood, he said to him, Allah he pray. Muhammad Hidab, he said to him, Allah he pray for, not two. Isn't this the proof to you that he did the donkey? And Allah he made his head the head of a donkey? Well, I don't know. You get a point here, by the way. You get a point. Yes, obviously Allah, He made some Muslims suffer from that. I give up. I lost the debate. Sorry. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Zakir Naik, for the answer. Thank you very much. Do we have any Muslim? Allah He pray for, not to. I mean, who is the donkey here? Allah He pray for, not to. And you Muslim like, hey, Allahu Akbar. He destroyed David Wood. Hey. Now all the world remember from this debate one thing, that Allah He pray for, not to. I mean, I will pay him money to say that. I will donate to him. I will buy him a big screen TV to say what he said. This guy is the best Muslim ever for us. He just got Islam busted. Allah He pray for, not to. And don't forget that Elijah, I mean, God is with us. Yeah, this guy is a scholar in Hebrew, scholar. I know this is coming. I have to teach you Arabic and I have to teach you Hebrew. Yeah, and less less than 5 hours after he finished the debate, he made a video with the Ali Dawah asking for donation. I want only 500 of you, only 500 to give us each one of you. How much he said? 100? Yeah, 100 pound. I think he said 100 pound, which means 50,000 pound every month. He wants a studio, a speaker corner. He wants a studio. Why you want a studio? Studio for what? You see, guys, if somebody do a TV show, like as an example, like Robert Spencer, he like, he do like, yeah, but okay, but you are a person who is a speaker corner. What you take a camera with you, you record by your phone, you don't even need a camera. And you go home and you upload and you can get the software to make the video in the computer, and that's it. What a studio. And what those guys, they thought they that's it. The Muslims are going to it's time to make money. Money must be honey in the Richard world, right? What a scam. Tango, how are you, Master Tango? You see, if you Muslim believe that this guy, he destroyed David Wood, why this guy, he refused to debate me? Correct, guys? I mean, make victory, more victory to Islam. They run away from me like chickens. All of them, one by one. Shabir Ali, Muhammad Hijab, Samsi, all those kids. Not even one of them is a scholar, by the way, but I will take them just for a snack. I will take them just for a snack. But because they knew their size, they will never get close. For what? Okay, you see, you can say whatever you want about David Wood. This is your business with him. He can answer you about that, and people, they can laugh. But why you don't want to destroy me? This is the good question. When Muhammad Hijab, he was leaving the debate, if we can call it a debate, a Muslim, he asked him, when you are going to debate Christian Prince? He said, yeah, I would debate him. Less than 8 hours after, he have an interview with Muslims, and they said, no, we will not debate the Christian Prince. Ask yourself why. I mean, what you will lose? One more to go. Let everybody laugh. My friend, you're a prophet, you're God, you're Jibreel, you're Aisha, you're Bukhari. All of you together, you cannot debate me. I have my Skype open every day for many hours, and look at you, what happened to you when you call me? You get humiliated, for you have no answer. I make your head the same as the head mentioned in this hadith. All right. If there's any Muslim wanna give it a try, who wanna call me? Who is a Muslim wanna call me? You see, do Shabir Ali have the courage to open his Skype for anyone to call? I will be the first to call. Do Muhammad Hijab dare to do so? They don't dare, because they have no answer, and they say the most stupid things ever. Any Muslim? Face to face. I'm glad that Muslim they say face to face, because sometime your prophet he used to do it ass to ass. Why your prophet, when the Christians they challenged him for a debate, he did not say let us do face to face? Let me show you what your prophet he did. Your prophet he ran away from debating the Christians, like you. Read with me, Allah. Chapter 3, verse number 61. Muhammad he said that his God told him, if a Christian prince come to debate you and he challenge you, do cursing party. What is that? You take the microphone, you say, may Allah cut my nose if I am lying. Your turn, Christian prince. May Allah cut my toes if I'm lying. Your turn, Muhammad. May Allah make me look like a duck if I'm lying. Okay, your turn. This is a debate. This is your prophet. Do you see it? This is your prophet. Bring your women and our women. So to have a Muslim debate, a real Islamic debate, we gather our women and your women, our children and our children, and we start cursing party. You take the left, we take the right. I swear, if I'm lying, may God make me shish kebab. Your turn. I swear, if I am lying, may Allah make me zucchini. Your turn. I swear. Like, what the heck is the what kind of debate this debate is? This is a debate. This is a guy he have no answer for anything. They are coming to debate you about Jesus. What is the debate? Debate them. What is the debate? Show us the debate in the Quran. No debate. Do we have any Muslim would like to call us before we continue? Mayday, Mayday. Anyone? Hiding behind the screen. You see, Tango, I am done with you, my friend. I like to hide behind the screen. What's your problem? You stupid. Aren't you behind the screen too, you donkey? Get lost. Aren't you yourself behind the screen? What do you want you to do in the front of the screen? By the way, I am not behind the screen. I am in front of the screen. You are donkey. Go and learn some, like, how to put the sentence together. To be behind the screen, it's mean I cannot see the screen. I have to be in the front of the screen so I can see the screen. Same time, I have 800 people listening to me now. This is the best ever. I mean, why I want to go anywhere? If I go to speaker corner, how many people will listen? 5, 6, 7? Shouting, nobody understand what they are saying. People from around the world, they are with us and they see the evidence in a second in the screen. Perfect. This is how I do it, and this is how Muslims leave Islam. For me, is what is useful and what is good for me. It's not good for you, this is your business. I am the same as your God. Nobody saw him. I speak from behind the curtain. If you want to call your God a coward, feel free. Don't your God Allah he have a curtain? Have you ever heard of why he have a curtain? Actually, it's not a curtain, it's a hijab. Hmm? Your God himself is behind the curtain. Why your prophet never spoke to Allah? What make Muhammad a prophet? He never saw Allah, he never spoke to Allah, he never heard the fart of Allah. Yeah, and this is how we do it. Anyway, guys, where we stop, where we were, what we were talking about. I mean, our topic is like all over. Hmm? Yeah, the God, he made the Jews pigs and monkeys, but he is the one who made them not to get their fish in the whole week, but he made the fish only appear in Saturday. I mean, look how funny, cartoonic story this story is. Even Tom and Jerry did not come with such a story. That is rude. Look who's talking about a rude. A woman, she believe in a book calling the Christians pigs and monkeys. This is not rude. A book called us najis, which means filthy. This is not rude. A book called the Christians worst of the creatures are not rude. A book called the Christians 5 times a day. When you pray, you say, please Allah, don't make us the same as the Christians or the Jews. This is not rude. I mean, hypocrisy is the flag of Islam. All the names you call non-Muslims is not rude. You have the right to call a Christian or a Jew a pig or a monkey or a donkey. But we have no right to answer you back. Right? And you know, even the Muslims, you see, when you ask a Muslim any simple question about anything they have in the religion, you will see they are in disability, they know nothing. Right? Any Abdul? Who is a Muslim wanna call us? Anyone? Who is a Muslim would like to call me? Why pigs is haram? The Muslim do not know. Ask the Muslims why the pigs are haram. They don't know. Everything in the Quran, why it's haram, they don't know. Why? They don't know. Muslims, they have all the answers for you as long the question is not serious. Like call a Muslim TV station, ask them, brother, is it okay to shave under my arm? Right away you will find 1,000 volunteers to answer you. As long it's a silly question, you are welcome. Why the Prophet he forbid Muslim women from taking hair from their face? Any Muslim knows? Why? What is the reason? Woman, she have hair in her face. Why Allah wanna curse her? What do you want a woman to have a beard? That will make Allah happy. What is the business of Allah? What is the views? What is the news that reach me from you that you curse those women who tattooed and those women who they have themselves tattooed, the women who block their hair from their faces. Why? Why? What the problem if a woman she take hair from her faces? Why Allah is angry? Any Muslim? Do you really Muslims? I challenge any Muslim woman to say to me that she don't take hair from her face. Middle Eastern women, including my family, we are Middle Eastern. So we are hairy. What we can do? Once I went to the swimming pool, the security guy, he kicked me out. He said, "You cannot swim with your clothes." I said, "I'm not wearing my clothes. This is my hair." True story from Sahih al-Bukhari. So we are hairy. So women, they will be hairy too. So now imagine a woman, she have a beard, and Allah will be so upset if she take hair from her face. Why? You explain to me. Who is going to be happy there? What is the business of Allah with this story? Yeah, actually, by the way, the first time I moved here in town, they post a picture in the newspaper that they saw the Bigfoot in the Walmart. The Bigfoot, he was there. We saw him. Unbelievable. True story. Sahih Bukhari again. Any Abdu want to explain to us? Hello. Madness. Women, if a woman she cannot take care of her face, who is going to take it? The funny Muhammad, he ordered the Muslim men to shave their mustache. The logic behind this, supposedly, that if you try to change the way Allah he made you, Allah will curse you. Okay, so why you shave your mustache? Why Muhammad he ordered a Muslim to shave their mustache? If so the man he can shave his mustache, the woman she cannot shave her mustache. By the way, I'm looking for a beautiful Arabian woman who have a big mustache. MashaAllah, alhamdulillah. That's why I'm still single, because I cannot find a woman who have a big beard. Amazing, these days everybody taking the hair off. I want a really truly believer, truly believer. And by the way, Muhammad himself, he used to do sugar. You know what sugar what we're talking about? Muhammad, he used to remove hair from his body. So why women she cannot remove hair from her body, but Muhammad he do remove hair from his body? I'm talking about all his body. He used to do something, it's called an-nawra, waxing. It's not really sugar, it's waxing. It's like they use a zinc, etc. There's many, they mix of material together to remove hair from the body. Muhammad he used to do that. Why? We will talk about the seven sleepers maybe tomorrow, because today we talk about many stories and we cover a lot of stupid things. All right. Do we have any Abdul? Who is a Muslim want to give us a call? Anyone? Abdullah reported that Allah had cursed those women who tattooed and who have themselves tattooed, and those who block hair from their faces. Question why? You see, I can let it go with the tattoo. But why if a woman she take hair from her faces, Allah will curse her? Why? Am I assuming that every Muslim, his dream is to marry a woman she have a beard and she have a mustache? What's wrong with this Muhammad? He himself, he used to put eyeliner 3 times a day. Muhammad himself, he put eyeliner 3 times a day. He wear his wifey clothes. He pissed like a woman. He kiss men down their belly. And he is upset because a woman, she take hair from her face. And he take hair from his body too. We have a lady, her name is Yasmin. Yasmin, if you like to call me, feel free. I will be nice to you, I promise you. All right? Call me. Call me, prove me wrong. Actually, if Yasmin call me, I promise you, I will not ask you a question. I will ask you from what you say to me, which means I will not give you a question you don't want. You tell me what to ask you. You call me, say to me, I want you to ask me this question. What do you say? What do you think? Call me and tell me this is the question I want you to ask me, and I will ask you. Thank you for those who are making donation. We appreciate your support and your help. And may Allah reward you. Oh boy. Do you know, guys, that Allah, he asked for a loan? Like, you see me always do podcasts, but I don't ask people to make donation, but people, you know, because they appreciate what we do, they make donation voluntarily, as you see, and I'm very thankful for them. But I never heard of a God he asked for a loan. God, he is begging for money. Actually, even Muhammad Hijab, after he have a debate with David Wood, he quoted this verse. He quoted this verse asking for a mortgage. Allah himself, chapter 2, verse number 245. Who is it? Who is it? Look at the fast translation. Gift, it says a loan. What's wrong with the translator here? Let us change the translation. You will see how the translator, the Muslim, they pray with the translation. Oh, gift? What gift, man? Gift? What a big fat lie. Gift, huh? Here we go. Who is it? Who is it that will loan to Allah a beautiful loan? Please, we want the beautiful loan to Allah. Allah, he like to have a loan. Bank of America is owned by the Jews. MasterCard is owned by the Jews. Visa card is owned by the Jews. And Allah, he need a loan. His roof is not, he have a hole in the roof, brother. Allah, he need a loan. What is that? Any Muslim in town? This is God talking? I mean, put yourself in the shoes of Allah. You live in Hawaii, it's very expensive, and all versions around, and those women, you know, he go every day to the casino, and those blondie are taking his money. I mean, how he, come on. Are we talking about God? What is this? If I say that, the Muslim, they will make fun of me. Be honest, correct, guys? If I say to the Christians, give me a loan, give me, you know, the Muslim, they will take the video and they will spread it all over. They will say, look, a Christian prince is begging for money. Muhammad obviously is fooling you. He's taking your money, claiming that Allah is the one who wants your money. If Allah is God, can't Allah provide him with all the money he wants in the world? What money? The God who created the universe, can't he send Muhammad like a few kilograms of gold? Debate face to face. Abu Taha, okay, I want to debate face to face. I want to debate face to face with Allah. Look at the coward. Allah is not showing his face. What I will do now? Face to face, huh? We are in the internet, Abdul. Like, do you see me next to you in the grocery store? What do you mean face to face? You see, they avoid answering my questions, and the only excuse they have, I want to debate you face to face. I don't debate face to face, to be honest with you. I debate shoulder to shoulder. Is that okay? I will tell you why. I will debate you only if you are Allah and you have to be standing in my right. Anyone knows why? Why I will let Allah stand in my right and debate him? Because Allah, he have two hands and both of them in the right shoulder. So each time Allah he made a mistake, I give him a hit in his head, and he cannot hit me back because he have two hands in the right shoulder. Have you ever heard of a God he have two hands and both of them they are in the right side? So this is what will happen literally. I'm going to draw myself now and Allah. For sure, Allah is the one who is good looking. Okay, this is Allah. Okay, this is Allah. He's very good looking, tall, very big. Allahu Akbar, because this is Akbar. Okay, because he's Akbar, so he's going to be big. And he have two hands in the right side. Here we go. Christian Prince is going to stand here. Christian Prince is not Akbar, is small. Okay, here. And he is not handsome too. Here we go. He have small tiny legs. And look how small he is. Come on. But Christian Prince, he have an advantage. He have two hands. One is in here and one is here. So each time Christian Prince he asked Allah a question and Allah he did not answer correctly, Christian Prince will hit him here or here. And Allah, because he have two hands in the right side, he cannot hit back. Any Muslim want to explain to us why your God have two hands and both of them in the right side? Is that a birth defect? Is that a birth defect? And how we can fix this problem? I need to lose weight. Okay. No, I don't get fat actually. I'm lucky. I never get fat. Any Muslim wanna call us, say something? Yeah, if you want to ask Zakir Naik why Allah he have two hands, Zakir Naik he will give you different explanation. You know why he have two hands on the right side. You know, by the way, if Allah have two hands in the right side, what he have in the left side, and why? Okay, what about his foot? Do he have a foot in the left side, or both of them they are right? So based on this, if Allah he go to do shopping to buy shoes, he will look for shoes, both of them they are right. He will look for gloves for his hand, both of them they are right. Any Muslim? What about his eyes? Are they both right too? Ears. What do you mean this hadith is funny? Show respect, my friend. Show respect. Come on. This is priceless. The Prophet here is teaching wisdom. Look at this story here. Let me show you this story. Who wants some education? You guys, do you want a bedtime story before you sleep? Do you want a bedtime story? Read with me. When Allah created Adam, he breathed his soul into him, and then when he sneezed, who? Adam. Achoo. Okay. He said, all praise be to Allah, which means in Arabic, Alhamdulillah. So he praised Allah by his permission. Then his Lord, which means Allah, said to him, may Allah have mercy upon you, Adam. Look at this nice conversation. Like the guy, Allah, he's creating Adam, and Adam, he sneezes. Yeah, flu. The first thing we have in earth is a flu, confirmed by the science of the Prophet. And then Allah, he said to him, may Allah have mercy on you. Okay, hold on. Aren't you Allah? I mean, why Allah, he says, may Allah have mercy on you? What do you mean may? If the one is talking is Allah himself, what do you mean may Allah? Do we have any Muslim in the bushes? If I am God and I am the one who is talking, why I say may Allah? May, what may mean? God, he say may? Maybe? He's not sure. He's not sure he will have mercy. He mean, should I give him mercy? Not to give him mercy? Maybe I should not give him mercy. Maybe. Okay, I will leave that decision for later. So I have to say may for now because I'm not sure. So may Allah have mercy upon you, Adam. And then he said to him, go to those angels, to that gathering of them sitting. Look at the angels. They are sitting around doing nothing, playing cards. So Allah, he told Adam, go to those angels who they are sitting there doing nothing. Adam, he went there, and Allah, he told him what to say. He said to them, say assalamu alaykum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Then he returned to his Lord. He said, this is your greeting and the greeting of your children. See, Allah is teaching now Adam how to say assalamu alaikum. This is the first day in life. Adam, do you see those angels there? Okay, I want you to go there and say to them assalamu alaikum. Now Adam is walking like Adam, he arrived there. He is breathing heavily. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. The angels is saying to him, wa alaykum assalam. Angels, they respond to Adam. And now Adam, he went back to Allah. And Adam, in the front of Allah, Allah, he said to him, okay, now do you see what happened? From now on, you and your children, you say this. Assalamu alaikum. Adam, he said, yes, sir. Okay, sir. Sure, sir. Okay. This is the first school. And then the story continues. Guys, are you sitting in the floor? People, are you sitting in the floor? Please sit down. Please sit down. If you have a heart, if you have a heart problem, don't sue me if you die laughing. Okay, and that's my fault. Then Allah said to him, while his two hands were closed, choose which of them you wish. If things is getting really serious. Allah have two hands and they are closed. And Allah, he said to him, choose one. Look at the fun, look at the game, man. I want to be there. I want to be there. It's like gambling time. Let us do gambling. Choose one. Adam now he's thinking which one I will choose. What he have? And look, he said, I choose the right, my Lord, and both of the hands of my Lord are right. Oh boy. Oh, hold on. He chose the right one, but both of them they are right. And just to show you how it's stupid to say that both hands are right. Guys, did you notice with me that this is stupid to say? Let me explain to you. You know, usually people don't really go deep behind the words, because if the hands of Allah, both of them, they are right, which is impossible, because always there is one of them is going to be left to the other one. Correct? Let us say we have a building. All right, and in this building, this side here is considered the right side. So let us color this right side with the green. This side is the right side of the building. Okay. So now if we have two hands in the right side, let us make them blue. Still one of them is going to be left. Is that right? Still one of them is going to be left, because if this one here, if this one present the right hand, this one will be the left hand. So do you see how stupid the idea to say that Allah he have two hands and both of them they are right? It's impossible. It's not only impossible, it's a stupid impossible. Even Christian Prince don't have that. Imagine. But anyway, let it go. The Quranic science, what you can do about it? I mean, everything. As long Allah he said, Muhammad said, who dare to question? That's it. God is talking. Muhammad, the God, is talking himself, and Allah, you have to listen. Muhammad, he said that. Everybody have to listen. Let us continue in the story of Adam. So Allah he posted his two right hand in the front of Adam, and he told him choose one. Okay, choose which one you wish. That's very tough, by the way, that you are now asked by God to choose which hand. And both of the hands of Allah are right. He chose the right one, but both of them they are right. So now what we will do? Then he extended it. How he extended it of both of them they are right? He should extend them both. And there was Adam and his offspring. If Allah opened his hand, the right hand, and he found Adam and his offspring inside it. I thought Adam in the front of him. So he said, what are these? Oh my Allah. Allah said, these are your offspring. Each one of them had his age written between his eyes. Yeah, guys, take selfie, take selfie, take selfie. Let me teach you how to see the age of you. We have a Muslim is calling. Hello.
Assalamu alaikum, CP.
Wa alaikum assalam.
CP, I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions.
I thought you want to give me answers.
No, I actually don't want to give you an answer.
Okay, my friend, go ahead.
So I would say, based on what I've seen from your videos, you have proven that Islam is false. I'm not gonna deny that. You've proven that Islam is false. Yes. I guess my question was.
So do you agree with me? Do you agree Islam is false?
Yes. No,
Okay.
no. I'm not disputing with that with you. You are correct. Islam is false.
Okay.
No doubt about it.
All right.
Can you prove that? What proof can you give me that Christianity is the truth, though? That's what because I'm seeking knowledge, right? I'm seeking the truth. How can you prove that?
So
Christianity
you are
is
an
the truth?
ex-Muslim now.
Yeah, I've been an ex-Muslim.
All right. What
I actually, yeah. Hello.
what made you leave Islam, my friend?
You.
You. It's my fault.
No, it's your fault because you showed me the hadith about Muhammad said the penis will never go flat. Your penis will never go limp. You said you showed me where he said all the women can have the prophet if he wants them. I went and I talked to an imam about this, and they gave me this bullshit answer about how Allah really cares about the prophet's life. And I don't believe that. So you're correct. You've proven it. Yes,
All
I'm
right,
not
my
arguing
friend.
with.
All right.
Yeah. No arguing.
Well, I'm happy for you that you left Islam, and I'm happy that my teaching helped you to make decision. Same time, you see, what is the proof of Christianity is to be the true belief. You see, the proof is a Christ himself. Is not a Christian prince. Christian prince is a sinner man like you. He's not perfect, and he will never be able to give you the perfect answer you are looking for. The only one who can give you the perfect answer is God himself. Look what Jesus said. I will give you the answer from my Lord, not from me. I'm not the one who's talking. The Messiah, he said, from their fruits you shall know them. Small, tiny sentence, 3 words, 4 words. From their fruits you shall know them. What does that mean exactly? People, they can give you speeches about their religion, about their belief, about how amazing their God, but we have our Lord who is giving us a very clear scale. People, they talk is cheap. People, they say things. People, they claim things, but the only way to prove who they are is their fruits. So in order to understand if Christianity is the true belief or not, let us see the fruit of Jesus, not the fruit of the Christians. Because as I said, me myself, I might be a thief, a killer, a drug dealer, an adulteress, whatever, you name it. I might be. I cannot present Christ to you. Christ himself is the only one who can present himself. So from their fruits you shall know them. I want you to take this sentence and study it, and study Christ with it. See his fruits. See what he did. See what he said, and if it's matched. As an example, I'm sure you heard the Christian saying to you that Jesus says, love your enemy, correct?
Yes, that's in the Gospel of Matthew.
All right. Which is, this is like, to be honest with you, it's hard to believe. I mean, what do you mean love your enemy? This is really hard to do. Almost impossible. So when Jesus said to me, love your enemy, did Jesus practice that?
Yes.
All right. Jesus, when he was on the cross, what he did?
He said they don't know what they're doing.
Forgive them. Forgive them, Father. They don't know what they are doing. So, and Jesus taught us what it's meant to be a liar. The liar is the one who says something and he do something else. The liar is someone who claims something but he do the opposite. Jesus, everything he said, it was consistent with what he said. Everything he did, even in the cross, the ones who they are killing him, he is worried about them and seeking their salvation. Here we notice that this is different style and different belief and different God. Not like the same as Muhammad, a God who says, fight them, kill them, Allah punish them by your hands, revenge, cut their fingertips, cut their necks, blah, 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 torture. Here you will see that there's a different spirit, spirit of love. In the same time, Jesus, he taught us that the one who denied the Father and the Son, he is an Antichrist. You heard yourself and you learned that even Islam believe in the Antichrist, correct?
Yes.
All right. Shouldn't I ask myself why there's an Antichrist but not anti-Muhammad? What do you think?
I think that because we've already established that Islam is false, I don't want to use the Quran as a book to prove anything.
No,
Because
no,
it's a
no,
stupid
no,
book.
no. Let us say Islam. Yes, Islam is false religion. But why there is? I'm just mentioning to you that even Islam they accept that. But why there is an Antichrist but not anti-Muhammad? What is this idea of somebody, he is the devil, he is an Antichrist? That's mean anti-good.
Yeah.
When you say Antichrist, you are talking about what is good in this earth and in heaven. Why Satan he choose to be Antichrist, not anti-Christian, Prince, not anti-you, not anti-Trump, or there's big kings, big names, you know, they control the earth. Why he is Antichrist? Simply, he is anti the good God. So in order for me to understand Christ, I have to understand what he did and what he taught. And if what he did match with what he taught, then we have a perfect person to follow. Some people, they say, it's hard for me to believe that Jesus is God. I say to those people, it's hard for me to believe that Jesus is just a man. Because you remember only from Jesus what you want. You remember that he is just a man by the look, but you forgot that he is a one who can raise people from death. You forgot that he's a person who can heal the blind. He can make things nobody can do.
CP, can I offer you something else?
Sure.
So I've read the New Testament, and so I guess one concern that I have is that because you have 4 gospel writers, and they have different details sometimes of the same events. Like, for example, when what's a good one? Oh, so like in the Great Commission in Matthew 28 verse 19, when Jesus says, "Go therefore into the world, make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit." Yes, he says that in Matthew, but then if you look at the same statement in one of the other Gospels, it'll say, "Go therefore into the world," and it doesn't say like because if you believe the 28:19 in Matthew, you have to say that the Trinity is in the Bible, and that's proof. But the thing is, if you look at the one that's in Luke or in Mark, then the statement doesn't say that. So how do we know which one is the one that Jesus said? Maybe Jesus did do all those things. Maybe he did raise the dead. But if the people that were writing it down don't even have a consistent, they have generally the same message. But in terms of the statement, when he says Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, then you can't deny the Trinity and you can't deny what Jesus did. But if the statements are different, then you have to ask the question, right?
You see, those are not different statements, my friend. This is why we have 4 writers, not one. Otherwise, if each of them is going to say exactly word by word what the other one he said, then we do not need the second writer and the third writer and the fourth writer. Everyone he speak of his let us say how God he inspire him to explain things. It's not word by word. Do you think that everything Jesus said is written there?
Probably not.
For sure not, because you know, like a person who live in this earth, and I am here talking to you for the last 4 hours. I can make a book in 4 hours. If you put my words into a book, they will make a book. Do you agree? I don't know how many words I spoke until now, maybe 8,000. You know what I mean? So it you know what the Bibles are presenting to us, what is important. So every writer is witnessing to the Messiah, and all of them, they give you a complete images. It's like, you know, you have a building, and the building have 4 sides, and each one of them he give you a point of a view. So to have a perfect view of the whole house, you have to get 4 view, not only the front. You know what I'm saying? So each one of them, yeah, each one of them he give you as an example. First of all, you notice in Christianity they avoid repeating. Not like in Islam. In Islam and the Quran, the same verse repeated many times all over. So they avoid reporting and repeating. Like when they say, as an example, the other day someone he called me. He says, okay, there is a prophecy about Jesus is you know, and the 30 silvers, etc. But this is cannot be found here. Where we can find it? You notice that they did not mention the book of Zechariah, even though they are mentioned in different book, because there they mention the person who the story about him in the book of Zechariah. So always they avoid repeating the same story with the details. If the other book give us the whole details, why I want to repeat the whole thing? You notice when Jesus he speak to the Jews, he don't quote for them the Torah, he quote for them a line, and he debate them about it. As an example, when Jesus he said to the Jews, what do you say of a Christ? They said he is the son of David. Now he did not go and quote the whole chapter speaking about that. He said to them, well, if he is the son of David, then why didn't David call him my God or my Lord or Jehovah? And the Lord, he said to my Lord. So you see here Jesus is quoting for them, but he did not quote the whole chapter and repeating the whole thing. He just asked a question, and from that question he got the answer, because we are speaking to people who knows already the scriptures very well. So the details, there's no need to repeat it. This is why sometimes people they say, okay, here it says that he will be called Emmanuel. Where this name is coming from? For those who they are very well versed, they will not be wondering where is the name, because they knew. But those who never heard, they never have the idea, then they will start doing research and study to find where this name is coming from. So for you as a person who is not very well versed, you wonder why here it says not the whole story as it mentioned in that story, because there's no need to repeat the same story twice. Same time, it's not in contradiction.
No, I wasn't saying that. Maybe it's not in contradiction, but I guess the point that I was making was that well, first of all, when it says in Luke, like for example, when we're talking about the Great Commission, it is slightly different. But I was looking into the authorship of the four Gospels, and it looks like Luke was a companion of Peter, I think, or a companion of Paul. I think he's a companion of Peter, but he wasn't actually he collected the stories, but he wasn't actually a witness, right?
My friend, regardless if he was a witness or not, we can go to details, but this is will not make any difference. Let us say the book of Luke is gone. Let us say the book of Luke is not there. That will not change anything, because still the other Bibles are consistent, speaking about Jesus' crucifixion, what he taught, what he teach, what he said, what he did, and every one of them he present to us the story from his point of view by the inspiration of God. So Luke is just another one confirming what the rest are saying, not opposing, not saying the opposite. And at the same time, if just to make it more clear for you, if we have let me put something in the screen just to make it simple for you to understand. I'm sure you are smart. I'm not saying you will have difficulty, but just to help me in explanation of things. All right, I will put this picture in the screen, and I hope you will understand what I'm trying to say to you. Do you see the picture on the screen now?
I'm actually not on my laptop today to watch your show. I'm on my phone.
Oh,
I'm about to work.
Anyway, I put a picture of a farm, you know, and in the farm there's many objects. There's a house, there is a stable, there is you know, many things for farmers. But if you ask 4 people to describe for you this picture, you will find everyone start describing from different corner, maybe, or he described the same picture but in different words. Is that correct?
Yes.
You will not even find them, even though they are describing the same picture, the same exact picture. You will not find them describe it exactly like each other, because everyone he sees something, the other one he don't see.
Okay.
And that because everyone, God, he gave him a gift. As an example, some of us, they are very great in details, and I think we have to agree in that, right?
Yes.
Some of us, we don't notice the details, we notice the big stuff. So some of us will notice, okay, here there's a big house, here there's a stable, I see where the etc. Here I see maybe here they make wine, here they store their goods. But there is someone, he might notice that here there is little tiny thing, which is to water the horses, to give water to the horses, and the rest they did not notice it. So from the God wisdom is that we have more than one writer, so we will not miss
Okay.
what God is trying to say to us. Because remember, God is speaking to us in our language. The Messiah, he spoke using parables. You know what does that mean, right? So
yes,
he tell a story. Why he is telling a story? Because we as a human, we are not really the genius we claim to be. Stories help us to understand what he want to say, but it's not the purpose. Correct?
Yes.
The story is not the target. The target is to explain to you. So he always talked to them in parables so they might understand. And here we have 4 people doing their best by the inspiration of God to describe for you what happened and what was there.
Okay.
So when you read the 4, they complete each
yes.
other. They are not a copy of each other.
Okay. No, I'm totally with you on that. So I guess what I'm asking is, so do we know about the as far as the other 3 writers, meaning like Mark, Matthew, and John? So Matthew was the tax collector, right? Is that correct or no?
You see, I don't want to go in details. It doesn't matter even if he is. Let us say you can assume the way you want. But if you want to go in details, maybe we can go in details about the 4 Bible. But for me, I have a topic which is Islam only.
Sure.
I advise you to go to Sam Shamoun. He loved to such a topic. But for me, the best way to explain it to you is we are not limited to one book. For one book is the 4 book, which means we have 4 books, but they are one. Because at the end of the day, the 4 books are speaking about one person, one story, one history, and one teaching. If we have books, they are in total contradiction with each other, then those 4 books and 4 writers, obviously they have nothing to do with each other. If I write a book now explaining the Bible, my explanation will be based on what those 4 writers they give me, not based on me. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So now we have 4 writers who they present to us the best of a Christianity and the best of the teaching of Jesus and the best what Jesus said and what his message is about. And then by having them all, we have a perfect image of who is a Christ is. God, he have a wisdom, and the wisdom is that we have 4 writers, not one. For everybody, he see things in different way. But you will notice that all of them, they see things, each one of them, he have different point of view, but all of them, they have the same view at the end of Jesus, who is he.
Mm-hmm.
So John, he don't differentiate with Luke and Mark, and like all the writers, they don't differentiate with each other about who is Jesus. All of them, they report the same story, but each one of them based in what he knew and based in what he can present. Because you notice that John, as an example, is a high skilled, deep writer. He is deep in his writing. In the same time, we cannot say that John, because he's skilled, his book of John, we can say that he was inspired and he speak deeply. So we will find that the Bible is in stages. There's deep and deeper and deeper and deeper. So we have people who they are simple, we have people who they are more educated, we have people more educated, and we have people really highly educated. If you go and read what Paul he speak of, you will see Paul is a very high educated person. And because of that, he's, when we say educated, we don't talk about he have a PhD in physiology, or we're talking about a person who is very well versed, very well. He knows what the law. He knows what Judaism about. He knows the book of the Torah. He knew the details, the deep details, and then we find his details match, or let us say his writing and his letters match with the guidance of the old message. Is not something new. It is a deep analyze and deep study. So here we go. We have the book of Acts as an example. Okay, why we have the book of Acts? Because the early Christians, same as everybody, they have questions, and the questions need to be answered. But you will notice that all the answers does not contradict the older teaching. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So everything complete each other. That's why we have books, but the books are not really will not make it harder for you. Actually, it's the opposite. Will make it easier for you to understand.
Okay. CP, so you said to speak to Sam Shalmoon about that other issue?
You can ask, Sam Shamoun. I believe he will be happy to answer you. But in the same time, don't take it like okay. Why here it says, because if in the book of Luke is going to be saying exactly the same sentence in the book of John, then there's no need. There is no need for Luke, and there's no need for this one. And there's one book. That's it. It's the same as you are saying to me. Okay, why Uthman he burned the Quran?
Yep.
Okay, why? Because they are different. Obviously. Yeah. If they are the same book, then he will not burn them. But look here, we have different writers, but all of them they are consistent, and all of them they teach the same thing. And we did not burn them. We love them, we protect them, we preserve them, and we follow them.
Okay. All right, CP, I gotta get going, but I will call you again sometime. I love you, man.
All right,
thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Take care. All right. I thought he's a Muslim because his name is a Muslim in Skype, so but looked like he left Islam. Yeah, always we have we have to understand that things happen for a reason. When God he speak in the book of Genesis how he created the world, do you think really this is how God he created the world? If I want to describe for you how the eye of a mosquito function, I might need to write maybe 1,000 pages. Go and ask a guy who study to be an eye doctor how many books he did read in order to finish his degree and to be a doctor in the eye. It's just an eye, small tiny eye. So do you want God to write everything he wrote for us there? If an eye study not how to make it, take years of writing. So if you ask God to write for you everything he said, everything he created, he will give us billions of books. The Bible is meant to make things simple to understand, not to make it complicated. All right? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, my friend, go ahead.
Hi, CP. I'm a Christian, by the way, and I just wanted to ask you guys just one second time for me.
All right.
I'm from Germany.
Okay.
Yesterday I watched a video from you, or today it was, where you talked yesterday with a guy, and he converted to Islam. I think the title was about, what was it from the video yesterday? I don't know. It was 3.5 hours, and he converted on the end.
He became a Christian. He became a Christian.
Yes, he became a Christian.
Yeah.
And you mentioned something like when the Muslims go to the Kaaba, and the woman something with menstruation, but you didn't go further into it.
The women when they go to the to the Kaaba, sorry,
Yeah.
Because the black stone is the fertility stone. And where people they go and like if a woman she want to get a pregnant, what she do? She go when she have her period, because the period is when it's the proof that she is not pregnant, correct?
Okay.
Okay. So women who they are pregnant will not have their period. So what they do when they have their period, they go to the black stone and they touch their private part with their hand, and the blood will come in their hand from their period, and then will place their hand inside the vagina, which is the black stone, and they will ask the black stone or the god of the black stone to make them pregnant.
Damn, this is really disgusting.
And this is why supposedly the black stone used to be white like milk, but the sin of mankind made it black, because those people believe that when a woman she is not getting pregnant, obviously she commit a sin. That's mean God he's cursing us, cursing her. So why she is not having a baby? Because obviously she did something wrong. So
yeah, but it's like, where do you get this from? Is it like
from
no,
even from Islamic books, from tafsir, from history books, there's tons of reference.
This is disgusting, really.
Yeah.
I just wanted to point this out because I wanted to know some of it. I couldn't find nothing in the internet about it, but
well, if you have my books, get the books Sex and Allah, and you will find the reference.
That's what I get for Christmas now.
All right, okay, all right. You will find a lot of reference.
Thank you, CP.
Just be careful. Don't give it to a child.
No, I won't.
All right, my
Thanks,
friend.
CP.
Take care.
Nice evening. Bye.
Do we have any Muslim would like to call us? I'm really happy that a lot of Muslims are leaving Islam because of our videos, and I believe it's not just because like we as a human, we have a kind of a problem. Sometimes we read, but we don't notice how silly stuff is. I will give you an example. We have 815 people watching right now, and I'm sure there's many Muslims. I want a Muslim to call me and to choose for me a chapter, and he challenged me to find something silly in it. You tell me any chapter you want, and I will show you how silly it is. You see how tough that challenge is? How are you, my friend?
Hi, CP. How are you?
I'm all right.
Glad to hear your voice again.
Thank you.
I just wanted to expound on or give some answers for that the Synoptic Gospels.
All right.
So I just wanted to tell the young man or the ex-Muslim that called in. So basically, the Synoptic Gospels, that's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. They're like 4 witnesses. Say an incident happened, and the police come in and they want to find out what happened. They will talk to people that saw what happened, and these 4 people give different accounts or different perspectives, not different accounts, but different perspective of what happened. And it's kind of like there's a story of how does the blind man recognize an elephant. One of them says, touches the trunk and says, I touched something that looked like a snake. And one says, I touched something that was hard and firm but curved, which is the tusk. And someone says, I touched the tail. And another person says, I touched this huge body. And together, you bring all these pieces together to ascertain that, okay, this was indeed an elephant. So all these, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are given their perspective of the same incident that happened. And that's what we call a synoptic. Syn, which is not like S-I-N, but S-Y-N, means together. And optic means to see. So to see together, all these perspectives coming together to form the Synoptic Gospels.
And the more witnesses, the better. The more witnesses, and especially the witnesses, they are not in contradict with each other; they are completing each other. And obviously, God, He have a wisdom in that. I don't believe this was a coincidence. It was, God, He chose it to be this way, and it's proven to be perfect because always, I get more light on in the image by reading the other gospel and then the other gospel. So both 4 of them, they give us a perfect story about what happened. Yeah, it's for better, not for there's no confusion. It's for better.
Yes, another thing too is that in college, when you write a paper, you need to bring different how do you call it? You have to cite your sources. And when you write a scholarly journal or scholarly paper, no professor will grade it if you only have your own viewpoint. When you write a paper, they want to see references. And when you have all these references agreeing to your point, that is what makes your point stronger. So if we want to put the Bible and the Quran, the Bible has so many authors that are pointing to the same and agreeing on the same thing, whereas the Quran only has one author. And that is, in any academic circle, that is unacceptable, because you cannot write any scholarly material that will be deemed true when it has only one perspective. It has to, you only have multiple authors, leading thinkers, or agreeing that what you're saying is the same. That's where it is considered accurate and true.
Yeah. Well, thank you for calling to explain. And you know, at the end of the day, if you read every like every gospel of the four, you will find that the Messiah speak to you there, and this is what is beautiful about the books, because after 2,000 years, I can read the Gospel of John or Luke or Mark, etc., and still I will find the Messiah speaking to me there, not John speaking to me. It is very refreshing. It's very beautiful. It's very deep, and it's very personal. This is something we cannot find in the Quran. The Quran is just a recitation of something plain, not smart. There's no conjunction. There's no connection between the words. The Muslims, they are proud about an Arabic language, which they themselves do not understand, which is very funny. And they don't care for the meaning as much they care for what people say, that this is a perfect Arabic. When we, the Arab, we laugh at it. Even the Arab in the time of Muhammad, he says, we can make better than this. Come on, what are you talking about? So what the Muslims are proud about is something silly, and what we are proud about is something so beautiful. When you read the Bible, you feel that you are the one who is the Lord speaking to you. It's something very personal. It's not a story you are reading about someone. You feel that you are in the story, and the story is about you. When you go and read any of the parable of Jesus, you will see you fit there.
Yep, that's why they say the Bible, the Word of God, is active. It's sharper than any two-edged sword. You know, we have the Logos, which is the spoken word, and we have the Rhema, which is the speaking word, which still continues to speak to this day. And that's the word in season. When you read a specific verse, it's like, oh, this was just written for me for this particular moment, because it's God breath. That's what we call inspiration. Inspiration means to inspire, which is what we have as expiration and inspiration. Is inspiration. It means God breathed His word out, and that word is active and always speaking to us, even to this day.
All right. Well, thank you, my friend, for calling.
All right. God
I
bless
hope
you,
the
man.
Muslim will have better understanding. At the same time, the best way to understand Jesus, talk to him.
Yes, exactly.
He is a living God, you know.
Yes.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for calling.
All right. God bless. Bye.
Bye. You know, when the Muslim, they say to us that the Quran is an amazing book, and the Arab, they were like, wow, how he can do that? Is it really what happened? The Quran get them busted. The Quran get them busted. The Arab in the time of Muhammad, they made fun of Muhammad, and not only that, they said to him, if we want, we can write better. Read with me. And when the Quran, like the Muslim funny translation, they say the communication. What communication? When our Quran is recited to them, that was, hold on, please, hold on. Let me finish this idea.
Okay.
Let me. I will call you back. Give me a minute. I will give you back.
RCP.
All right. When the Quran is recited for them, they say, well, we can come with better than this, and we can make the same as this. Let us go to the translation first. They just changed the translation because Muslim translation is very funny. The Quran became communication. Suddenly the Quran became communication. It's not Quran no more. All right. Chapter 8, verse number 31. When our Quran, look again, our signs, what signs? When our Quran are researched to them, they say, we have heard this before. If we wished, we could say words like these. However, this is nothing but the fairy tales of the ancient. Do you see it? The Muslim, they say to us, when the Arab, they could not make Quran like this. The Arab like, wow, this is crazy. Here we go. They are saying to him in front of his face, we can do the same. What is that? And all what you are giving us is just a bunch of fairy tale stories. So they did not find the language something perfect. Normal people, they say we can come with the same thing, and they made fun of it. They say this is nothing but a bunch of fairy tales. Nobody was amazed, but they were amused. How funny, how stupid it is. Call me, Doris. You can call me. Just I wanted to finish this idea here before we hear you. Call me again. Do you see it, Muslims? Say to them, this is the truth from Allah. Remember how they say it. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, my friend, go ahead.
ACP, am I loud and clear?
You are fine.
Okay. A couple things when that guy, when he called a while ago, the ex-Muslim, kind of dovetails with something I wanted to ask you for the last couple of days.
Okay.
I've seen him and other Muslims, I should say recent ex-Muslims, they kind of try to look at Christianity like they look at Islam. Like that guy says, well, I've heard enough. I'm convinced that Islam is false. I know that. But then how do you know that Christianity is true? And then he starts to ask questions about the Bible, kind of split hairs. Well, Matthew says this, but in Luke it's different word. It's worded differently. Before we go into all of that, I want to say that, you should not look at Christianity like that. In Christianity, the foundational claim is Jesus, the life, doings, teachings of Jesus. And the Bible, the books of the Bible came after that. Whereas in the Quran, the central claim is the Quran. The Quran is this miracle that was literally spoken verbatim by God. That's the founding claim. So when you try to examine the two faiths, you look at it differently, With the Quran, since there's only theoretic, we know it's false, but
yeah, but I understand his logic because he is not a Christian anyway. See, we as a Christian, we can say you should, but we can say you better try to see it in a certain way and try to read them all so you can get a better understanding. As long as they are not in contradiction with each other, then there's no problem with having the four. The four, they complete the picture for us, and obviously there's a reason for those four to be exist. And why the Christian, they did not continue and write 5 and 6 and 7 and 8? You know what I mean? So
yeah, right.
Otherwise, they can. Here we go. Like Jesus, he have 12 apostles.
Yeah, right. We understand that, but the thing is, though, because there's an actual event, it's actually the life of Jesus. By the way, the answer to his question is Jesus. You look at Jesus and you see how he performed in history, and you ask yourself, what is he? You had it right when you said that. The people, they try to say, well, Muslims say, well, I can't believe that Jesus is, I can't believe Jesus is God, they say. And you say, well, I can't believe that Jesus is just a man.
Yeah, because simply, yeah. You see, if you want to base in your to confirm what you believe based on the Bible, and there is a confirm what you believe in what Jesus did in actual life too. So if you want to tell me that Jesus, let us say the Muslim, they try to make us believe that Jesus was just a prophet. Okay, a prophet. Why he needed and the Muslim, they claim that all the miracles Jesus he have is given by Allah. Okay, why Allah he gave him all those miracles? Obviously those miracles did not succeed to make us believe him that he is a prophet. They succeed to make us believe he's God.
Right. Well, and if you look at Jesus, like you look at what the witnesses to Jesus say that Jesus claimed about himself, and then you look at the miracles he did behind that. You know, the idea that he is just a prophet is just, that's probably the most false thing you can say about him. For him to say this stuff, and then for him to say this kind of stuff, it's blasphemous. He is actually outright evil unless he's telling you the truth.
Yeah, like when he said, like in John 5:18, you know, the Jews right away in the spot, they said to him, who's this person? He's making himself equal to God.
Yeah.
You know, he's making himself equal to God. I mean, as simple as that. Right. And the Muslim, they say to us, where Jesus said, I'm God, worship me. Well, the people who witness him in his lifetime, this is why they want to kill him. Actually, why Jesus was being taken to the cross.
Right. You know, so but then when you look at, so when you have it in your head that it's about Jesus, then you see that it's about his footprint that he left in history, which is bigger than just the Bible itself. I mean, now the Bible is a valid part of history, is historically significant and reliable, but there are actually traces and things of Jesus that are bigger than that. You know, like, where did the church come from? Okay, if Jesus is not who he says he is, if there's no Jesus or he's not God, then why are all these people in the church sacrificing their lives for it? Why? How do you answer that question?
Yeah,
you have to explain.
They not only they sacrifice their life. I mean, you see, I can say I'm sacrificing my life, spending my time here, but there's a huge difference between what I'm doing, sitting behind my computer, and I have a cup of coffee or tea in front of me, and compared to myself to Peter and to Paul, and what happened to them, and the torture and the death and the killing. You see, this is a real sacrifice. This is not, those people, they were paying their life literally. You know, it's not just the people who they are going in the street and have a comfort zone. They have a nice car, they have nice houses, they receive donation from people, they support them. It's the opposite. People, they throw rocks at them. People, they want to torture them. People, they are running after them. People want to kill them. They are disgraced, disrespected, humiliated wherever they go. People hate them. People, they are in the hunt. It's like you are outlaw today, and everybody is looking for you. Everybody, literally, the police, the government, the king, the soldiers, the court, the people, the street. Everybody is looking for you. Why you want to do that? Why those people, they are paying? I mean, they are not. You see, when the Muslim, they say to you, Paul, he said, if my lies, you know, what he was saying, if I am lying, I mean, what kind of lies will make me be tortured? I mean, you know,
right? Really, why would he do that? I mean, lies don't run like that. You know, people tell lies because the lie benefits them.
Right. So, what is the benefit of my lies to me? I mean, you are saying to me I'm lying. Okay, what kind of lies? I'm getting nothing from it except being tortured, killed, you know, discriminated, and at the end I'm losing my life.
Right, when they could have simply said, I don't believe it. And
you know, Paul is a Roman citizen. Paul is a Roman citizen, and he was an officer, right? So obviously he's a person who had a good life. Why he want to leave everything behind and go and have such a life?
The only answer can be is that he saw it. He's telling you the truth. He saw what he says he saw. You know, and the other witnesses, they saw what they said they saw. As witnesses, the footprint there, it had to happen. You know, and that's the thing. So the simple answer to it, the direct answer to his question is John 1:18. You know, no man has seen God at any time, but the only begotten Son is in the bosom of the Father. He has declared, exegeted him. He unfolded him. So you try to see God outside of Jesus, you fail every time. You have to do that. When you do that, you look and you see, okay, Jesus leaves a footprint that is bigger than just the Bible itself. there's so many things that there's just things in history that you cannot explain unless Jesus is who he says he is. There's just so much data. I mean, even, you know, the little scraps I heard you mention the other day, and I saw like the guy in China, you know, the report of like the long eclipse in China, you know, right around 30 AD. I mean, that it's not a Christian writing, it's just a matter of fact thing talking about something else. But that kind of stuff, you see that all throughout history. So that's the answer.
All right, my friend.
And so likewise, when you apply the same standard to Muhammad, like when you just, the question you just asked about the Peter, why would I lie to get tortured and this and that? Why would I tell a lie to say this? You ask that question of Muhammad, why would you tell this lie? 13 wives.
Yeah, why Paul did not do what Muhammad did? Why Paul, he did not say, give me money, give me your wives, you know, any woman she want to give herself to Paul, you know?
Yeah, you look at Muhammad and you can see how he would directly benefit from people believing that he's prophet.
Yeah, like any scam, you know, when a scam come.
Yeah. Something else I wanted to ask you
all right.
a couple days ago. Had you ever thought about looking at Muhammad historically? Have you ever considered the possibility that he might have been a puppet of other political powers around him at the time?
Oh, I don't know. What do you mean? Can you say again?
You know how you look at countries, how you have kind of like a false king, you know, one guy, he's out front and he's the king, he's wearing the crown.
Okay.
But you have other people behind him really pulling the strings.
Okay.
You know, and so I look at Muhammad and it's like, obviously there are gaps in the history as to how he amassed that much power and that much time, and you know, the Quran, all that kind of thing, that there are historical gaps there.
No, you see, Islam did not become powerful in the time of Muhammad. Actually, Islam became powerful after Muhammad died. Muhammad in his time was able only to control his territory. He was not able, as an example, Muhammad, he prepared himself to go and attack the Roman, but he was not able to succeed. The success happened after Muhammad he died. You know, when the children of Bani Umayyah, who they are warrior, they took over the caliphate. They are the one who spread Islam the way we witness. It was not Muhammad who was successful. However,
you said you call them children of Umayyah?
Bani Umayyah, yeah, the Umayyad Khalifa. This is why they call them Umayyah, because their grandfather is Umayyah. So, you know, Muhammad, and the story of Muhammad, all of it actually, there's nothing there. I mean, the details is very disconnected. You see, like the same when we talk to Muslims about Muhammad, he knows how to write, how to read. There's no confirmation of that. Muslims, they are guessing about everything about Muhammad. This is why the books of Sirah, if you ask Muslims, what is the story about Muhammad? Who is Muhammad? They will say the only reference we have is the Sirah. Okay, the Sirah is biography written, it have a collection of stories, and the Muslims themselves, they are confused what to take and what not to take. And even the one who wrote those biography, they said from the beginning, there is many stories which does not fit with the prophet, we delete it, we did not even write it. So we do not know, maybe the stories there who they deleted, it was real stories, and the one which is not deleted is the fake story. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because who is the one who making decision? They were not the witnesses, they never been there, they never saw Muhammad, they never met Muhammad. So
yeah,
we have people writing history about Muhammad who do not know Muhammad. Hadith is the same. Hadith is a collection of as an example, Bukhari. Who is al-Bukhari? The most important books for Muslim Sunni after Quran is al-Bukhari, but the Bukhari never met Muhammad and never was Muhammad, and he's not even an Arab. So how al-Bukhari became a witness? You know,
yeah, he wasn't there. Yeah,
a witness who saw nothing.
Because the question I've got in my mind is, it looks like somebody else waging war and conquering and things like that, and using Muhammad as kind of a prop, you know, to give their people license to follow them, but they keep adding legends and adding different stories about Muhammad in order to justify whatever idea that they're trying to advance at the time. That's what I mean when I say it public.
You
know?
see, the thing I agree upon, that we do not know really who is Muhammad, because obviously Muhammad is not the name of a person which can be identified as a person. Muhammad is a title, is not a name. So until we find who is that one who they call him Muhammad, then we can find out who is that person. You know what I mean? It's like the Quran say the man with the two horn. If you ask the Muslims, who is this guy, the man with the two horn, which the Quran speak of, everyone he give you his own tafsir, his own interpretation. But the Quran says the man with the two horn. Okay, who is he? No answer. The Pharaoh. Who is the Pharaoh? There's many pharaohs. You know, if we go, we check when the Bible speak about Pharaoh, we know the name of the Pharaoh. The Bible mentioned the name of the Pharaoh. But the Quran mentioned the Pharaoh. Okay, which Pharaoh? There's many pharaohs. Which one?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay, how we will know now this story happened to who and when? We do not know. There's no. The Quran is a very, I mean, a book is like inside the buried by sand, and you try your best to wipe the sand away. But the more you wipe, the more sand come over it, and you know, because every line there is a mystery. It's stupid. It does not make sense.
Right. Right. It's complicated.
The story of the seven sleepers. Who are those seven sleepers, and why the story is there? You know,
Yeah.
what the purpose of this story? We go and we check. We find that this story is something have to do with the fiction story written by a Christian bishop in Syria.
Yeah.
And
we know who he is.
yeah, the seven sleepers, very well known. So Muhammad, you know, Muhammad's story itself about God does not make sense. The one who gave us the story, it cannot be one person, because there's a collection of stories coming from everywhere, and most of them, they are fiction stories.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, because I'm just looking at it, you know, and thinking about it, like how you say you're trying to put yourself in the person's shoes and look out at the time. You know, his wives don't make sense to me. You know, if you just think about it, if you were in that position and you were willing to do the stuff he's willing to do, so you're willing to attack villages, take their stuff, take their women, take sex slaves, you know, you're willing to command a friend of yours to give you his 6-year-old daughter for marriage. If you had that kind of power, why would you do that? You know, Aisha was the only virgin that he had, allegedly. You know, I can't see somebody with that kind of power only taking women that, you know, that had been married by other men.
No, he
like
have girls with the
doesn't add
other
up.
version. No, he have many girls, the other versions, but none of them are wife except Aisha.
Oh, no.
He got many
Wait a minute,
slaves.
You said, hold on. You said he had many girls that are virgins or are not virgins.
Versions, but they are slaves. You know, he captured many women. I mean, Muhammad, imagine one caliphate, he have 10,000 women just for belly dancing.
Okay.
Which means they are just beautiful women just for sex and dancing, you know. So, and the rest, the old ones, they put them in the kitchen, you know, in the palace. So if those are the caliphate, what about Muhammad himself? So he have a lot of versions who he raped, but as a wife recorded by history, it is Aisha is the only wife as a virgin.
Right.
But the stories Muslim report to us, Muhammad, he don't like women who they are not virgin. Do you remember the story of the guy who he asked him, who you did marry, a virgin or a widow? He said to him, a widow. So he said, why you don't get a young virgin so you can sport with her and she sport with you? So obviously Muhammad, as a person, he don't like to marry or to sleep with women who they are not even virgins. Not only they are not old, they have to be young and they have to be virgin. So, and you know, when he is advising the man to do so, obviously, like if I advise you, if I say to you, why I ask you, what did you marry? You said to me, I married. Okay, what you married a virgin or a widow? And you said to me, or previously married. You say, no, it's not a virgin, you know. And then I say to you, why you do that? Why you do that? Why you don't do this? It's mean this is what I want. This is what I like. You see, my advice meant to be, this is what I think is the right thing to do. So Muhammad, by expressing his advice, he expressed his desire that women who they
Right.
are, or the young childrens are the best to sleep with.
Right. You know, it just, but like I said, just I think about it, you know, if I knew Muhammad at the time, you know, and he's spending all that time on Aisha, if he's basically, if I knew him at the time, if he was, you know, my chum next door, you know, hey, we just attacked this village and whatever, we did that. And he says to me, you know, I'm going to take another wife. This girl here, she's 6. You know, I'd be like, Mo, what you doing? I mean, you don't have any male heirs. You know, you have access to all these women in the village. You need somebody that's young and able to have kids right now. Why would he do that? It's like it doesn't add up. We're missing something. You know.
Anyway, you see, not only Muhammad, you see the ethic of Muhammad is bad. The ethic of his God is more ugly. It's like because remember, the Muslims, they say the Quran is the book of God and everything there is coming from God. You will find not only Muhammad. If Allah is the one saying any Muslim woman she want to give her private part to Muhammad, I mean, who is this? Who is the bad person here? Muhammad or Allah? Obviously, both are the same. They are partners. Allah, he worked for the benefit of Muhammad. Allah, he make verses saying if Allah is a true God, let us say that assume that Allah is a true God, does it exist, and then Allah, he says any Muslim woman she want to give her private part to the Prophet. Obviously, this God, he's a servant for Muhammad. He worked for his benefit, and especially his money and his sexual desire. So obviously, the God of Islam is a fiction God made by the size of Muhammad. It's like a tailor, you know, a tailor. He make something fit for you. So Muhammad, he created a God which exists before him, but he used his name to fit with him and his needs.
Right. Well, yeah, because like the one with Zainab, more than that, where he told, no, not Zainab, Mary the Coptic, he told his wives he wasn't going to sleep with her anymore.
Yeah. Then he made a verse says Allah told me why you are doing that.
Yeah. Why are you denying yourself, Muhammad?
Yeah.
I mean, I made that lawful for you, man. What are you doing?
No, what happened? Simple. You know, after he made the promise, he felt bad for why he did that. How I can break it now? I want to sleep with her, man. She is beautiful. So what I will do now?
She's here too.
Okay, so I will make a verse, and Allah is ready. You know, I will make a verse says Allah told me. So can they say no? And if they say no, Allah and Jibreel and the believers and the angels all will back him up.
Yeah, all that. All that.
All right, my friend.
Because he didn't want to sleep with his girlfriend.
Thank you for calling. Let us see if we can get one more Abdul before we go.
You got it, CP.
All right,
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Do we have any Muslim would like to call us? Do we have any Muslim would like to call? Any Abdul? Who is a Muslim would like to call us? You see, I would like to hear a Muslim before we finish for today calling me and show me one good thing or anything to prove to us that it is possible that Islam is coming from God. Anything. It's possible. Anyone can show me. Until now, I could not find anything to make Islam possible to be even true. I mean, a true story. Let's say, forget about a true God, true story. I don't see anything there is true in those stories. All the stories in the Quran does not make sense. As an example, you know, we believe there is a person, his name Adam. The Quran speak about Adam, but Adam in the Quran is a very funny person. The story of Adam in the Quran is very silly. I cannot find in the story of Adam in the Quran anything except silly, stupid story. The first thing Adam he did when Allah he created him, he sneezed. You remember? The first thing he did, he sneezed. And the first thing he did, he said Alhamdulillah. And then when Adam he commits sin, he asked Allah for forgiveness. He lifted his head up when he was creating him, and he saw the name of Muhammad and the name of Allah in the chair of Allah. So now what we learned, that the first thing Allah he did when he got his chair from the delivery, he started writing his name and the name of Muhammad. The God who created the universe and all this massive universe, he is busy writing the name of Muhammad in his chair. Silly stories, stupid stories. You know, the Muslim, they try to say to us that we worship a God, his name is Allah, but the fact everything lead us that Muslim, they worship a man, his name is Muhammad. You see, when the Muslim they debate you, they say to you, as an example, without mentioning the name of the kid, he was debating a Christian person. He said to him, the name, the book of John, written 90 years after Jesus. 90 years after the birth of Jesus. But he accepts yet 600 years book written by a person he never met Jesus. He don't even know the name of Jesus. He can't even pronounce it correctly. He have a name of a guy, his name is Isa. Who is Isa? We do not know. This is the hypocrisy style of Islam. They say we don't accept the book of Christianity because it's written 30 or 40 years after Jesus, but they accept a book written about Christianity or speaking about Christianity 600 years after Jesus, a guy he came, and he did not write a book. Hello?
Hi, Christian.
Yes, my friend, go ahead.
You're fine. I just want to share a story that happened in my country. Is it okay?
Okay, go ahead. Let us see what the story.
Yeah, someone or some channel in my country they posted a post of the Last Supper, Asha al-Akhir.
Yeah, in Jordan, I know.
Yeah, in Jordan.
Okay.
Okay, and nothing happened, of course, but I want to tell everybody that a couple of years ago, someone who's called Nahid Hattar, he shared a post also about Muhammad, and he got killed in front of the court. You know?
Yeah, anyway,
just
it's I mean those things you see, it's okay. Muslims are silly, and you know they say to you that we love Jesus, but always they try to make fun of him. But this is will not change anything. You know, at the end of the day, the second we go deep and they see how silly this cult is, people leave Islam left and right. Anyway, go. We are sitting here waiting for a Muslim to call us, and as you see, they are in this ability. They're not even there.
Yeah, I know. Just want to share the story, Christian Prince. Thank you for your time.
Take care, my friend.
Bye
bye.
Bye.
You see, you can make fun of Jesus as much as you want. I don't even need to defend him. If you believe that Jesus is God, okay, why I want to defend? I mean, defend him in which way? I'm here to explain to you, to answer you, etc. But you want to insult, you want to be rude, you want to be trashy, okay, no problem. Do your best. Muhammad needed protection because Muhammad is a false man. Without protection, he will collapse. Islam without protection will collapse. Take the protection of the terrorist, of the bloodshed, of the killing, and let us see how many Muslims want to go to the mosque every Friday. Then we will know really who is a Muslim, who is not. Allow people to drink wine, and let us see how many people will drink. Allow people not to fast, and let us see how many people will fast. The one who fasts is the one who is a truly believe. So why you want to force things in people who don't believe? Because Islam doesn't care. Islam is based, you know, there's a sheikh, his name is Al-Qaradawi. He said, if not the sword of Abu Bakr, Islam is not exist today. Because Abu Bakr is the one who waged a war. It's called the war of apostate. It was the only way to get them back into Islam is to wage war on the apostate. As simple as that. Right? And the second, you start asking any questions like, oh, like those silly stories we see in the screen. Look how silly this story. Who in the world will believe in this? Even if you are 5 years old, kid will not believe it. Allah, he put his two hands, which are both of them, they are right hands, and ask Adam, choose one. This is God. What is that? Hide and seek? I thought you cannot see God. I thought you cannot be in the presence of God, and now suddenly Allah is showing. Do the Muslim believe that God is a man, or he can come as a man? They say no. Okay, so what Adam he saw here? The hands of Allah here, he saw them. He saw only hands flying in the air without Allah. Stupid silly story. And then look, suddenly Allah is telling Adam about David. David, from all the billions, they are children of Adam. Only David is suddenly in the story. Look at this. When Allah he posted his hands in front of Adam, he said to him, choose one of them as you wish. He said, I choose the right, my Lord, the right hand of my Lord. But both of them, they are right. Then Allah he opened his hand, which is the right hand, which is both, and there was Adam offspring in it. So he said, what are those, my Lord? He said, these are your offspring. Each one of them had his age written between his eyes, but among them there was a man who was most illuminating. Man, this is like a Matrix movie. So now we have billions of human beings in the hand of Allah, and Adam is looking at all of them. And from the billions and trillions, because God knows when the time of the judgment day will come. Like imagine now we are 7 or 8 billion human being now, but how many people die already? How many billions they died already? So all of them, they are in the hands of Allah. And Adam, he noticed that there is a guy between the billions who his eyes is so shiny. X-ray, X-ray. The most illuminating of them, or among the most shiny eyes between them, he said to his Lord, who is this guy? Allah said, this is your son, David. And look, the fiction funny story continue. I wrote 40 years for him. 40 years, which means David will live for 40 years. And look now at the bazaar. Look what happened. Adam, he said to Allah, oh Lord, come on, Lord, add to his age. Come on, only 40. Allah said, that what I have written for him. He said, oh Lord, give him 60 years, you know, from my life, which means from my age. Like, what is that? David is asking Allah to extend the age. Sorry, Adam asking Allah to extend the age of David. Take from my age. Take from my age. Negotiation. So look what Allah he said. He said, so you shall have it. So now Allah he extended the age of David to 100 years. He said then, he resided in paradise as long Allah willed. and he was cast from it. So Adam was counting for himself. He said, so the angel of death came to him, and Adam said to him, you are hasty. 1,000 years were written for me. The angel of death, he came, and Adam, he said to him, like, what are you coming now? Allah, he told me I will live 1,000 years. The angel said to him, of course, but you gave 30 years to your son David. If you see, Allah is on time. You forgot? Adam, he thought there is 60 years yet, so it's not 1,000 years. So angel of death, he came and said, you forgot? You gave 60 years to your son David. So he rejected, and his offspring rejected, and his forgot, and he forgot, and his offspring forgot. He said, so you ever since that day, what is written and witness has been decreed. If true story. This is very true story. Hey guys, who want to give me like 60 years of his age? Let us have a bazaar. This is Islam. So now either the Muslim, they have to say, okay, Muhammad, he said that, and this is a true story, or they have to say that somebody fabricated this story, and that's mean Islam, all of us, is fabrication. Because now you see the Muslim, when they say to us, this is weak, this is strong, this is blah 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 blah, they are confirming to us that there's no legitimate source in Islam, nothing to be proven true in this cult. The second you will show them something very embarrassing, something very stupid, right away they say to you, this is weak. Any Muslim? All right, look like we have enough for today. I hope you guys, you have a good time. I will try tomorrow to go on air too, and we continue with more city stories about Muhammad and his God. You see, I want you, if you are a Muslim, not to be offended. Maybe what we say kind of offending you, but you are not really our enemy. We don't hate you, and we will never hate you, and I'm not against you as a person. But I want you to use your brain for a second, and you know, to try to check out what those stories about. I mean, what kind of a prophet he saw those, they say those things, and where Muhammad he got those stories from. I mean, if Allah he spoke to Muhammad in the Quran, how Muhammad he got those details? He was there. You see, how come you Muslim don't ask Muhammad where you got those stories from? You will say to me, the angel told him. Where is the angel getting the story from? From Allah. So this should be in the Quran. If Allah spoke to Muhammad by the Quran, then the Quran is the book of Allah. If Muhammad, Allah spoke to him by the Hadith, then the Hadith is the book of Allah. Are you following, Muslims? If this is a story coming from Allah, and this is what you will say to me, you will say Allah told him that this is mean, this is Quran. That's mean this is a divine book. Because why Allah is telling us a story if you don't want it to be a divine story, which means a story from him? Who is the one who said those things? Who was witnessing what happened between Adam and Allah? Even the angel was not there. If you see here with me, Allah he said to the angel, to Adam, go and see the angels where they are sitting there. Do you see it? After he finished him, and Adam he sneezed, hatshu, and then he said Alhamdulillah. Allah he taught him how to say Assalamu alaikum. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, my friend.
Hello, Christian Prince. I'm just trying to find the speaker. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. I just discovered your channel about a month ago.
Okay.
and I'm really pleased. God bless you, brother.
Thank you.
I'm actually learning a lot from you. And I'm an ex-Jehovah's Witness. So I used to be a Jehovah's Witness, but left the religion. But there's something that I've been asking Muslims for years to explain to me, and I wonder if you have time, if you can just help me understand something.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Every time I asked them if Muhammad was illiterate, they tell me that the Quran says he was, but I can't understand it because he was a merchant, and I find it very hard to believe that someone that was a merchant can be illiterate, someone that does import-export, for example. And I don't know what answer, what explanation to give or how to give it, because I don't find that there's a truthful answer that they're giving me. It's just basically, well, the Quran says he was and he was.
No, the Quran never said that he was illiterate. The Quran speak about him illiterate about the God book. You see, the Muslims are people who they are pagan, and Muhammad was trying to copy from the Jews. The Jews, they call those who they are Gentile. They call him Gentile, which means they are illiterate. They are illiterate about what? About God. They worship wrong God. So the illiteracy is something Muhammad, he tried to copy the Jews. If you go to chapter 2, verse number 78, it says that then there among them some literate people who have no knowledge of the book. So who is the one is literate? Is the one who don't have knowledge of the book. The Quran itself is giving us a definition for that. But the Muslims, because they are disconnected people and they try to guess, as scholars before, they said to them the Prophet was illiterate, so everybody says, okay, copy paste, he was illiterate. But the Quran confirmed that illiteracy, this is a book of religion, not the book of science, supposedly. So illiteracy is you being illiterate about God, and you don't have a book of God. This is why the Quran call the Christians and the Jews people of the book, and call non-Christians and Jews illiterate. So anyone who is following Christianity or Judaism is not illiterate, and there's no way that all the Christians and all the Jews, they knew how to write, how to read. If you go in the Quran chapter 3 verse number 20, it says, and for if they remonstrate with you, tell them, I have surrendered my whole being to Allah, so have those who follow me, and ask the people of the book, as well as the one who follow no heavenly scriptures. But the fact in the Arabic it says al-ummiyin, which mean illiterate. If we change the translation or the translator, we will find the following. This is why when you try to read learn about Islam following or reading translations, it's funny and it's stupid.
So was Muhammad illiterate himself? Could he not read them, right?
No, the Quran confirmed one thing, that Muhammad was illiterate about God, which means he was not a believer.
Oh,
he was not a believer. He's illiterate. He don't have a book. He is not following the book of the Jews. He is not following any of the books, and this is why he is illiterate. As you see here, this is, I'm showing you the verses, chapter 3 verse number 20.
Thank you.
It says those who have a book and those who they are illiterate. Do you see it? So the Quran itself give us the definition. Who is the one called and why he was called? People of the book, because they have a book, and people who they are illiterate because they don't have a book. Is not about knowing how to write, how to read. All right.
So why did then the angel Gabriel force him? He said that I didn't know how to recite it. Or
you see, this is another stupid example of how the Muslims are disconnected. The Arabic Muhammad, he says ma ana biqari. He did not say I cannot read. He said what I shall read. Anyone who speak Arabic, he should understand that. But as I said, people, they are copy paste ma ana biqari, what I shall read. Because the angel came to him, he did not say I cannot read. That's a lie. This is a false translation. Here you see, when the angel came to him, he says فأخذني فغطني حتى بلغ مني الجهد ثم أرسلني فقال اقرأ. He said to him, read. Now here you notice, if the angel is saying to him read, and Muhammad do not know how to read, that means the angel is stupid. Right? Because I
Yes.
am an angel of God, and the one who is saying to me to say to you that is God. It's not even the angel himself saying that, because the angel is just saying what God told him to say. So
I have a Quran. I have a Quran. So can you tell me where that verse was, where the angel told him chapter
no,
and
this
verse?
is not Quran. This is
Oh.
hadith. Yeah, this is hadith.
Hadith.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is hadith. So he came to him and he said to him, read. And the Muslim, they translate sometime the word read as recite, but this is cannot be true, because why Muhammad he says I cannot recite? This is stupid. What being illiterate have to do with not I cannot recite? You know what I mean? Recite is repeating something first in your memory, is not repeating after me. Because you cannot recite unless you know already what to recite. What recite is something, if you go to dictionary right now and check out what recite mean, you will find recitation is something you memorize.
Correct, yeah.
Not repeating. So why Muhammad saying I cannot, you know, look what he is, how stupid the translation is. I was oppressed and then he left me off and he said to me recite. So to which I replied, I am not literate. What does have to do with recitation? You just said that. He just said to you one word. He said recite, and you just said recite again. To make it simple for you, imagine I say to you say hummus, and then you say to me I cannot say hummus. He just said to him one word. He did not say to him a sentence. He did not say to him a book. He just said to him the word iqra. So Muhammad, he said to him, ma ana biqari. The Muslim, they translate, I cannot say qari. You just said that. So it's a stupid understanding, stupid explanation, and anyone who have a little brain, he can find out easy. But you know, the problem is when you as a person, you are reading, you don't know Arabic, and then you read this stupid translation, and then you take it as it is. But even if you go deep, you will find this does not make sense, because if somebody says to me recite, why I should say I cannot recite? Anyone can recite after me, or repeat. Let us say repeat. If I say to you hummus, potato, tomato, okay, say it again. Hummus, potato, tomato. Okay, this is what Muhammad did duty actually all his life. He was doing hummus, potato, tomato. The angel, he says something to him. Muhammad, he say exactly what the angel say. That's it. So what do you mean he don't recite? And why the angel, he squeezed him again and he said to him recite again? He did not say recite. He said to him iqra. Muhammad, he said ma ana biqari, what I shall read. Then the angel, he squeezed him again and said to him iqra. He said to him what I shall read. So he spent that day saying to him read, not read, I cannot read, what I shall read. And then the story became so funny and so stupid, because at the end of the day, after 3 times of squeezing, did Muhammad understand what the angel want? No. Did Muhammad learn how to read? No. And you know, let us assume that Muhammad did not know how to read, and Allah saying to him 3 times read. If Allah is a true God, even if Allah saying that to a donkey, the donkey will be able to read, because God saying that. You know, when Jesus said, like, imagine Jesus said to the blind man see, and the blind man, he did not see. So Jesus, he said to him see again, and the blind man, he did not see. And Jesus said to him see again, and still the blind man, he cannot see. And the blind keeps saying to him, I cannot see, man, I cannot see. And then she said to him, and he squeezed him, see, like you idiot, see. And the guy, he cannot see. And then the guy, he go home and still he cannot see. So what the point of saying to him see? You see here the translation, look, the same story, the translation changed. When he cut me, I said to him, I do not know how to read. This is false. See, sometimes they say I cannot recite, sometimes they say I cannot read, because they are very confused, and you know, this is a very stupid cult.
So when a Muslim says, Muslim says to me, in the Quran, it says that Gabriel could, the angel Gabriel forced him in, and then he recited it. Really, in Arabic, that's not what it's saying. You're saying, isn't it?
The angel, he said to him, supposedly read. You know, hold on, we have a Muslim is calling. Let's see what he wants to say. Hello. No, he hang up.
Oh.
Yes, Isa, you call me. What do you want to say?
Hello.
I hear you. Go ahead, Isa. What do you want to say?
Yeah. So, so you do believe that the angel Jibril did come to Muhammad and communicate to him?
No, I don't believe in that. I'm reading your story. This is what Muhammad told you.
But you said when the angel came to him, he didn't say, "I
What?
couldn't read." He said, "What should I read?" So you said, so you do believe that he came to him?
I'm explaining to you your story, my friend. It's you who do not understand your story. Your prophet told you a story. You Muslim don't understand it. I believe that Muhammad saw no one, he heard no one. He is a person who's fabricating stories, and he's a false prophet, and you know that.
So who helped him in all those victories that he won in all those wars?
What victories? What war have to do? Does that mean Alexander the Great? He must be God. Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great. Hold on. Are you saying to me that Alexander the Great, he was God?
Where's Alexander the Great's followers right now?
Where is the followers of Muhammad right now?
1 billion plus.
Okay, hold on.
Where is Alexander the Great's followers?
Okay. So you are accusing your prophet to be a liar.
What are you talking about?
Because your prophet, he said that Muslims will be the minority in the world. Does that mean that Muhammad is a false prophet? Because based on
I want to know
if you're a prophet say, okay, hold on. The Quran confirm saying that those who follow Jesus, they will be the victorious until the judgment day. Is that correct?
Yes, that's true.
Okay, so the Quran confirmed that those who follow Jesus, they will be victorious. Jesus himself. Where
Jesus
are
was
they?
Muslim and his followers are Muslim.
Okay, let us go with you. Still, it's going to be following Jesus, not following Muhammad. Not following Muhammad. The Quran says those who follow Jesus. So where are those who follow Jesus according to Islam?
Did Jesus help him with those victories?
My friend, don't change the topic. Where those who follow Jesus?
This was the first question.
The
first question I asked you.
No. I'm asking you. You said the victory proving Muhammad to be a prophet of God. First of all, your prophet did not have a victory.
If you're saying Jesus is God, why would he help someone who is, according to you, a false prophet and not spreading the correct religion?
No, my friend, it's not God who helped him. The Bible says that God, he will let the sun rise upon the evil and the good ones. So and Jesus, he said, time will come and people will be killing you thinking they are doing favor to God, which means you will be able to kill me, but does not make you victorious. So you kill me, but that will make you a loser, and I will be victorious. I kill you. That will make me a loser, and that will make you not a victorious. So obviously, okay, hold on. Obviously, you as a Muslims, you have a wrong understanding who is victorious. You think victorious is the one who kill, not the one who is peaceful. Christianity have different.
No, my question is, why would God give victory to a false prophet? And
okay, hold on. I will go by you. Okay.
I didn't finish.
Okay.
And he preserved his book, and he preserved his grave, and he preserved his religion.
Let's see. Why
would he do all this to a false prophet?
Okay, we will see if this is true or not. First of all, your God did not give him victory because your God approved Muhammad to be false. Read with me carefully. This is your prophet, and this is Sahih Bukhari. Your prophet saying that he ate poison and he was killed by the poison. Do you agree?
No, I don't agree with that.
Okay, that means your prophet is lying. Thank you very much. So Muhammad, he said, okay, but this is Sahih Bukhari. The Bukhari is saying that Muhammad, he died by poison and he was suffering badly. And here look what he said. The prophet in his element of death, which he's died, used to say, "O Aisha, I still feel the pain caused by the food I ate at Khaybar. And at this time, I feel as my aorta is being cut from that poison." That's wonderful. Now, who is the one saying that? This is Muhammad, and this is Sahih Bukhari. You cannot deny it. You can deny it, no problem, because you are ashamed of it. But look what happened here. You said that Allah, he preserved the book of Muhammad, correct? Let us see what is preserved about this story. Allah in the Quran said, if Muhammad is inventing Quran, I'm going to cut his artery. And this is exactly how Muhammad died. If we go in the Quran in chapter 69, verse number 64, it says the following. You can read it from the verses before it. If the messenger, if Muhammad were to invent any saying in our name, Who is the one who's talking? Supposedly Allah. So Allah is making a threat that if Muhammad is to invent anything in my name, verse number 44, what Allah will do? We should certainly seize him by his right hand. Verse number 46, and we should certainly cut off his artery of his heart. And this is exactly how your prophet died. Now here we go. Your God Allah, he preserved the Quran to prove to us, and he preserved the hadith to prove to us that Muhammad is a false prophet who was inventing in his name. What do you say?
So you do believe that the Quran was revealed by Allah to Muhammad, because that what you're reading is the Quran, which is revealed from Allah to Muhammad. So you're saying you believe that?
Let me answer you. I believe that Muhammad, he fabricated a lie, but he never thought his lie is going to get him busted. So he fabricated a lie saying that
So
if
how
I
can
am
you use that as a
lying,
proof
okay,
then?
hold on, this is the proof. If the one who said that is Allah according to you, not according to me. According to me,
So it's not from
Muhammad,
Allah.
hold on, Muhammad, he fabricated a lie. He thought he will never die this way. And he said, well, if I am inventing in the name of Allah, Allah is going to cut my artery. And then time come, and what happened exactly, what he said exactly happened to him, which means Muhammad, he got himself busted. And I believe maybe that my Lord, he made it happen this way to get Muhammad busted. So Muhammad, he fabricated a lie saying, if I am lying, Allah will cut my aorta. And Allah told me that. Here we go, let me show you. Here we go. Allah in the Quran in chapter 69 said, if I am inventing anything, he will cut my artery. And then Muhammad, he died, and he is the one who described exactly how he's dying. He said, it is cutting my artery.
So what's a worse death? To die the death that Muhammad died, which you claim, I didn't know they did autopsies back then, but you claim that the artery was cut. He said, I still feel the effects as if. As if. There's a big difference. As if. It's like. Like it's cutting my artery. But anyway, whatever the point is, what's worse, to die the death of Muhammad, or peace be upon him, or to die crucified?
You see,
nailed up to a cross?
you are running away from the topic to change about which is worse.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
You see, no, the death of Muhammad is the death of Muhammad is worse because he died 4 years dying from poison, 4 years suffering. Everything he swallow, he throw, he vomit. So this is a very slow, painful death. And read with me carefully. Read with me carefully. It says that Muhammad in his death element, he said, and he used to say, not only once, he used to say, "Oh Aisha, I still feel the pain caused by the food I ate at Khaybar." And Muhammad, he died about 4 years after Khaybar. At this time, I feel as if my aorta is being cut off. And remember, Muhammad, when a guy he came to him and he said to him, my brother, he have a problem in his stomach. He said to him, go and tell him to drink honey. The guy, he came second time, still he is sick. Third time, fourth time. So Muhammad, he screamed at him. He said, your prophet's stomach is lying, and Allah told the truth. So when Muhammad, he described even the sickness of someone he did not even meet, he claimed that Allah told him that. How about he himself speaking about his sickness and why he died? So you think that Muhammad was telling the truth about what was hurting the guy who he did not even see, and he claimed that Allah is the one who told him what is his problem, but Allah did not tell him the problem of himself?
Okay, first of all, Muhammad died after the verse came, where Allah said that today I have completed your religion for you and perfected it, and have chosen Islam as a religion for you. So his mission was complete. He had totally conquered all of Arabia and brought everyone to worship one God. And his book was complete. So you're saying this is a worse death than to be nailed to a cross, humiliated between two thieves, which are blood coming out of your arms.
Look at this guy.
You're saying that the God.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Let me finish.
You see, we are not talking about the worst death or who is better death. Your prophet, he died like a rat, literally by poison, not by being killed. Secondly, no, hold on. Secondly, we are talking what is the proof that Muhammad is a prophet. You said he was victorious. Obviously, he was not victorious. Because Muhammad, he claimed Jesus. Jesus, he told them before they capture him, that you will deny me, you will betray me, you will do this. He knew everything. So and he said, nobody can take myself from me. I lay myself down. So this is not a victory for the enemy. Jesus himself, he lay himself down. So you have a very false understanding of Christianity, and you have a false argument about your prophet, because you are the one who claimed that the victory of Muhammad because his Quran is preserved, and this is false. And we can show you right now how the goat ate the Quran. Umar ibn Khattab, he said that the Quran is 1,025,000 letter, and what we have now left of the Quran is not even 25% of the Quran. The Muslim scholar, they say that the chapter of Ahzab used to be equal to the chapter of Al-Baqarah, and now we have more than 110 verses of the chapter of Ahzab is gone. So when you say to me his religion is preserved, his book is preserved, this is stupid. This is a big fat lie. You cannot prove it. Can you prove it?
Okay, I can't prove it, because is the Bible, is the gospel that was given to Jesus, is it in the original language right now?
What?
Is the book that was given to Jesus in the language that he spoke?
Which
Where
language?
is it?
What is that language? What do you mean? What is the language of Jesus?
Okay, let me simplify for it. Did Jesus speak English?
Oh, this is a translation. Did Muhammad speak English?
Okay, it's translation, but where is the original at?
The original, we have Aramaic, we have a Greek, we have Hebrew.
Where is it?
They all exist. So go read them. But you don't be stupid.
I've never seen one before.
Don't be stupid with me. Now let me ask you a question. What is the language? What is the language Jesus spoke according to Islam?
Aramaic.
Aramaic. So why his book is called Injil?
The whole point of it is,
don't change the topic. You see, I'm getting you busted more and more. You are digging. Now listen. Why your God named the book of Jesus Injil when this is a Greek word? If his language is Hebrew and his book is in Hebrew, so how the book, which is the gospel, which is Injil, became Injil in Islam? Why Allah he chose such a name?
So my point is,
your point is no. You want to answer me. If Jesus he spoke Hebrew, how Allah he called the name of the book of Jesus Injil, which is a Greek word?
Okay, first of all, in the Quran does not specify what language that Jesus spoke.
You are the one who told me a second ago. Hold on, no, the Quran specifies. Don't be stupid. The Quran specifies. The Quran says we never send a messenger except he speak in the tongue of his people. Are you denying that?
No, of course not. Of course,
okay. So what is the what is the tongue of the Jews?
Hebrew.
Okay, so the language of Jesus must be Hebrew. Don't be stupid. Here we go.
Fine, Hebrew.
So why the language, which is why the Bible of Jesus in the Quran, it's named as Injil, which is a Greek word.
The whole point of it is he did not speak English. Where is the English
Bible? What are you talking about? Why? I'm asking you. Your God. He named him. Your God named the book.
My point
who is the one who chose the word? Shut up. Answer me. Don't play games. You can't play games with me. Why the name of Jesus called Injil when Jesus he spoke Hebrew?
Go to the Tafsir, you'll find out.
You do tafsir. You are the ones. You see, you are getting busted. You agreed with me that Allah he never sent a messenger unless he speak the tongue of his people, and we show you the verse in the Quran. And now we are asking you. You are the one who mentioned the language of Jesus. You said to me, why the Bible in English now? Which is very silly. Like you're talking like a kid. And now we ask you the same question. Why the Quran is in English? So now why is that a translation? Is that a false translation? Are you saying to me? Are you saying to me that Allah? You are just a kid. You just want to shout. Are you going to talk or you want to shout? I'm asking you. I want a serious answer. Don't tell me so. Go and see the tafsir. Why Allah he chose the word Injil, which is a Greek word for the name of the book of Jesus, if he is a Hebrew, spoke Hebrew? Go ahead.
I don't know why it's called Injil. I don't know what language Injil is. I don't know why that was chosen.
Okay, let your dad call me. Let the man of the house call me. Don't tell me go and read tafsir. You are being stupid. You are jumping like a monkey from a topic to the topic to a topic to a topic. If Muhammad is proven to be a prophet because he killed and he was victorious, that means Trump is victorious. Here we go. ISIS is destroyed. That means he's God. He's a prophet. That's stupid. That's the most stupid argument. Muhammad he died like a rat and he claimed victorious. And not only that, Muhammad he claimed that when he died, his body will not be consumed. And the Muslim did not bury him for 3 days. And then they noticed that he started farting. His belly, the fart was coming like crazy. His belly became so big from gas. His nails became green. And even Ibn Abbas, he said, قد أسن الرسول, bury him, he became stinky. فهو يأسن كما يأسن البشر. What victory? Forcing people to convert to your religion, this is not victory, my friend. The same day Muhammad, he died, the same day tens of thousands of Arab left Islam. Go and read the word, the history is called the War of Apostate. The same day Muhammad died. They just heard the news. What victory? Victory of a sword? You lost your sword. Your sword is not with you. Numbers mean nothing, because you Muslims are many cults today, and you are killing each other. You call yourself Muslim. Like, the funny about Muslims, you say to them, is the Shia Muslim? They say no. So why you count them? Why you count the Shia when you count the number of Muslims? Why you count the Ahmadiyya? Why you count the Duruz? Why you count the Batiniya? Why you count? They count every funny, stupid cult. Even they count the cult of what is called the Louis Farrakhan. They count, but you ask them about details. Suddenly, those are not Muslims, and 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 Muslims. So who's Muslim? Nobody. Even the Muslim, even ISIS, they accuse Al-Qaeda not to be Muslims. And Al-Qaeda accuse ISIS not to be Muslims. When we ask the Muslims about ISIS, they say they are not Muslims. So who's the Muslims? Nobody. Nobody. Your numbers is potato, my friend. Don't call me. Don't call me. Let your dad call me. I want the man of the house to call me, your mom. With my respect to your mom. A bunch of kids, they have no idea what they are talking about. The proof of Muhammad to be a prophet, that he was victorious, he was not victorious. What kind of victory this victory is? He died with a very bad name and bad reputation. That is a defeat. The Bible says, what is the victory you make if you win the whole world and you lose yourself? Look at us right now. After 1400 years, who can speak good about Muhammad? The child molester, killer, criminal, thief, rapist. He ordered Muslim women to give themselves to sleep with them. What victory is that? The victorious is the one who make people love him. Can you hate Jesus? You cannot. You cannot. You might curse him, you might say bad, but sit by yourself alone and listen to yourself. You will find you cannot really hate him. He said, love your enemy. What do you want more? Pray for those who curse you. How you can hate such a person? You curse him, he pray for you. You say to him, I want to kill you, and you kill him, he says, okay, I forgive you. That is victory. Not a guy who attack people, kidnap their women, rape them, rape children, teach hate. That is not victory. And look at you. You are lost. Your Islamic countries is the worst countries in the world to live in, to raise your children in. And if this is not true, go back home. Muslims are crossing the oceans to run away from their Islamic countries. In Jordan, they forbid taxi drivers from having a stereo. A stereo with a like you can play songs. Why? Because you go in the taxi driver right away he start playing like 6 tape, you know, audio. When he have a female in the back, filthy. In Saudi Arabia, a woman, she cannot walk alone in the street, otherwise she will be kidnapped in 2 seconds. If a woman she go in the bus in Egypt, you will see what will happen to her. 1,000 dogs were around her, touching her all over. Go and see what Islam about my friend. Islamic countries are the worst. You are proud about what? I don't know. In the Middle East, we have to have bars over our windows. In America, we don't have bars over our windows. You cannot find one single house in the Middle East without bars, because if you don't have bars, your house will be wrapped in 5 minutes. Buying and selling drugs in Saudi Arabia is one of the biggest business. Prostitution. Even if you go to Europe, if you want to buy a passport, fake passport, if you want to buy a stolen phone, if you want to buy, you go to who? You know the answer. You will be victorious if you are blessed with peace and mercy and love. That will make you victorious, not by blood and bloodshed and suicide bombing and killing. Blessing is to love your neighbor and to love the same you love yourself, and even to love your enemy. That is a blessing, and that is victory. You spend your day teaching hate against people around you. The result of that, you die without peace. Your hate will kill you. If you are victorious, you should fight hate. If your religion teach you to fight hate, then you will be victorious. Not a God who says that Allah will spread hate and enmity between the Christians and the Jews. That is God is teaching hate. I don't hate the Muslims, and I will never hate them, for a very simple reason. I believe hate is wrong, and I believe that Jesus taught me what to do and what is right. When the Quran says that Allah will spread hate and enmity between the Christians one to each other, that is nothing but accomplishment of the devil. Because is that going to make the Christian better people if we spread the hate between them? Obviously not. Is that going to fix the problem? Obviously not. Is that going to make the earth like heaven? Obviously it's the opposite. It's going to, this is satanic. God who target people to spread hate, that is devil. That is not God. This is the God of earth. He's the devil. The true God, if those Christians are lost, you show them the truth. You don't make them hate each other. What is that? Guide them, show them, teach them, love them, so they can see better. Since when hate is going to fix a problem? That is victory. If this is victory, then what is who you know, when you spread hate between the Christians and you make us hatred people, is that going to bring you a benefit? You see, actually here you see that Islam is a false religion. Very easy, because this is God is spreading hate. And same time, thank God that the Christians don't, this did not happen to them, which means Muhammad, he made a promise here that Allah will spread hate between us. Because imagine if we Christians, we hate the Muslims and we decide to destroy Islam by using weapon, Islamic countries will disappear in 5 minutes. You are no match in any war. But thanks God we follow Jesus. You should be yourself, you should be thankful that Christians don't do what you Muslims do. Imagine if the Muslims are the one who have the power of America. Imagine if the Muslims are the one who have the power of Russia or China. Just imagine what will happen to this earth. Right? Thank God they are not. Otherwise the whole earth will be burned. Imagine if we give the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia the power of Russia. He will send his butchers. He will send his butchers around the earth, practicing Allah mercy. Actually, once a Saudi prince, he told me, he said, thank God. He was talking about his God. He said, thank God we don't have the power of America. I said, why? He said, man, are you crazy? If we have the power of America, we will burn the whole earth. And we will die too. And he's right. Because if they have a power of America, and then there's other nations who they are not Muslims, they will fight together and they will destroy the whole earth. As simple as that. The whole earth is gone. But you notice here, when the Muslim, he called me, how his logic work. The second you spank him, you get him in the corner, he jump, he changed the topic. Go back in the conversation and see how he jumped from a topic to topic to topic to topic like a monkey, in order to avoid what he claimed himself. You see, he is the one who called me, and he is the one who made the logic. And when the second we get him busted with his logic, he changed the topic right away. How come the Quran is preserved? How come we have a huge? We are 3 times more than you Muslims. If the number prove who is right, we are still a lot more than you. Since when the numbers are the proof of who is right, who's wrong? Even by numbers, if this is the scale to who is the winner, who is right, who is wrong, that means we are the winners. In China, and I was in China, Christianity is going like glorious fire. The whole country is coming to Christ. You know, the Chinese government, they do not know what to do to stop Christianity. Every month they destroy a church. Every month, at least. Mega huge church. You cannot stop it. That's it. China is coming to Christ. I assure you, in less than 50 years from now, the president of China will be Christian, and he will take his first oath on the Bible. Communism is history. Actually, even already now in China, if you go and see what communism in China, you will laugh. Hello?
Hi, my brother. It's Mr. A.
Hey, my friend.
How are you?
I'm all right.
You know, earlier here, you talked with a guy. You mentioned that it was not Muhammad that spread Islam. It was Omar and Abu Bakr and all those.
Right.
I thought, why you don't talk little about his companions? His beautiful and kind companions that have learned a lot of lovely things from him. Why not talk about their acts?
They are the same. They are the same. They are you know, criminals, bunch of criminals. You know. They are the same.
For example, Omar, he lashed his own son to death, and
you
wanted.
See, I always focus in the head of the snake, not on the tail.
Yeah, I know, but you know, they are so proud about Islam spreading so wonderfully.
No, you know, you can go, anyone who speak to you about Umar as an example, say Umar was a fantastic man, go ask him to read the Pact of Umar. The Pact of Umar. Yeah, let him
Christians
read it.
need to have hats.
Yeah.
Christians can go home to you and eat for 3 days, and you what nice things Muhammad have taught them.
You see,
right?
You see, Islam is a big failure, and the proof, all countries which is controlled by Islam without other beliefs, it is bad. If you go to Saudi Arabia right now, if we take all the Christians out, if we take all the Hindus, if we take all the Buddhas, if we take even the atheists from Saudi Arabia will be in the tent immediately. Yeah, after more than 80 years of having all the filthy oil, yet there's more than 80% of the population are still illiterate. They do not know how to read, how to write. After 80 years in Mecca, there is no sewage. After 80 years of filthy oil, they don't have sewage in most of the cities actually. So no education, no, you know, no culture, nothing in those countries. If you go to Emirat, the Muslims are so proud about Emirat. Emirat, if it is an Islamic, will not be Emirat today. The reason Emirat is what it is today, that the Prince of Emirat decided to put Islam in the drawer.
Yeah, and bring Christian teachers to
bring
teach their
Christian
children.
and even non-Christians, everybody. But you know, we know that the one who controlled the country is the European. So if Emirat was following Saudi Arabia, it will be the same as Saudi Arabia. But the prince, he put Islam in the drawer. By name, he claimed to be a Muslim, but obviously he don't care for Islam. Islam just a name. Okay, you know, people. Okay, go to the mosque and pray. Okay, but let us bring the Christians and let us do, and you know, and not only that. I mean, they open bars, they open nightclub, they have disco, you name it. I mean, madness. So
Yeah.
the Muslims always, they try to be proud about something, and that thing is not exist. If you want to be proud, for me, what to make me proud is not how powerful America is. What
No,
make me proud,
no, not for me either, because
what make me proud is how Jesus amazing is.
Exactly.
Is not Russia, is not America, is not France, is not England. For nobody can make you proud except the Lord you belong to. So his teaching is amazing. He taught me love, he taught me mercy, he taught me to live good and to be good, and that is victory. Anything else is a garbage.
Yeah, of course. It's very, you see this topic about Muhammad, no, in the beginnings Muhammad didn't spread Islam. Yeah, that's exactly correct, because no mention of Muhammad until 60 years after his death, and that was on a coin of Al-Zubayr, which was a king or something like that, and no mention of Mecca until at least 100 years after the death of Muhammad. So yeah, it's it's not clear if Muhammad ever was alive, or what's the story. It's not clear.
No,
you know what I mean?
mostly Muhammad was exist, but we do not know maybe exactly who is this person. Who is this Muhammad?
Yeah, correct.
Is it Mecca or it is Petra? You know, because Al-Uzza was the goddess of Petra, or some they say like Manat. But anyway, like I think Manat. It was the goddess of Petra, and you know, most likely there's many historian, they have a theory that the real Mecca, it was Petra, but I believe that the real Mecca, it was Al-Maqqa, which is in Yemen, the temple of the moon god in Yemen. It's called, you see, in the Arabic, they have dialect. So in some places they say the letter Qa as Ka. So what is Qa in Yemen, it is Ka in Arabia. So Makkah in Yemen, Mecca in Arabia. Makes sense. You can search right now, go and search for the temple of Al-Maqqa. You will find that this is the temple of the moon god, which is very famous and still until now exists, the rest of it.
Yeah, I guess it's from there the concept of Isis, the name Isis, which is the name for the moon god, lives in Islam, and the moon of the symbol of the moon and the star. And then you got the Yemen is the real Arabs, which I think the Quran is saying.
The Yemen are not really real Arab. The Yemen later occupied by the Arab. The Yemen never was Arab, and you know, because the temple of Al-Maqqa, they did not even find one Arabic word in it.
But what does the Quran mention? That the real Arabs are from Yemen or something?
No, first of all, there's nothing called real Arab. No, Arab are not an ethnic. It's a lie. Arab are whoever live in the desert. Arab is an Aramaic word for those who live in the desert. It's not an ethnic.
Yeah.
This is like, you know, Aram. You know Aramaic, right? Aram is Aramaic are the people who live in hills, and Arab is the one who live in the desert. So it doesn't matter who live in the desert. They call them Arab.
Okay.
It's not an ethnic. It's not one a group. It's not, you know, it can be many colors. It can be whatever. Like, so if we brought the Aramaic to America, and they will call the people of Arizona Arab.
Yeah.
All right, my friend.
But I was referring to what I thought, what I know it's saying in the Quran, like it's pointing to that. I don't know, Muhammad said this, or I think Muhammad said this, that the real Arabs are from Yemen. This is what he said, not what I'm saying.
This is a claim, but there's no Arab in Yemen, really. This is a lie. There's
No,
no doubt, because there is no Arabic language in Yemen exist in the ancient Yemen. You know, this is something new. You know, actually, even the Quran is speaking about the people of who the Jews, they killed them. Supposedly they are Christians, and he burned them. The Jews, they open like a tunnel in the ground, and they made a fire, and they burned all the Christians in that tunnel. So yeah, this is in chapter 85, verse number 4. So even the Quran confirmed that this was not a country for the Arab, and have nothing to do with the Arab. And those people who lived there first was the Christians, then the Jews, they took over it, and they killed the Christians, and then and I believe this is the story here. It's a mixed up story with many things. You know, Muhammad is trying to collect stories from here and there and try to make it a story. Maybe we can talk about that in some other time. Anything else, my friend?
No, not really. I wanted to see here if I know your listeners and your audience, they know a lot about Islam now, and they have a strong knowledge in Islam. But I think our Christian brothers must have a strong knowledge in Christianity too. So I wonder if you want to hear a short encounter with the Holy One and Abraham, with the Son of God and Abraham, with the love of Noah and Abraham. If I can share you a short encounter from the Old Testament.
Let us you know, do maybe in some other time, because today it's already 7 o'clock in my time, 7:10, and it's already really getting late for me.
I understand.
Yeah, so let us, maybe you can call me some other time and you can share with me whatever you want.
Of course, of course.
Thank
God
you,
bless you, my brother.
God bless. Take care. Take care.
Bye.
All right, my friends. Thank you, all of you, for being here. Look like Muslims are they could not find a smart Muslim to call us and to show us how Islam can be fit in any scale to be measured as a religion. You know, I don't see Islam as a religion. Islam, obviously, it's just a collection of cults. It's not even one cult. It's a collection of cults, and the Muslims, the poor Muslims, trying to make us believe that it is a religion, when everything in it proven to us that it is a very, very bad cult. Nothing makes sense. There's no connection between stories. Their book is funny, full of fairy tale stories. The prophet have a very bad reputation, very bad ethic, very bad behavior, and he's not even qualified to work in the post office if you check the post office qualification, because the first thing to have somebody work in the post office is to be trustworthy, because he will go inside houses, in the yard of families who they have children playing there. This man, he cannot be allowed next to children. He been accused of a theft, he been accused of a rape, he been accused of killing, and all of this documented by Muslims and written by Muslims. You see, remember, all the reference we have about Islam is written by Muslims, which means anything is negative said, it is Muslims who deliver to us. But for the Muslim was not negative. For the Muslim, they call it victory. You see the logic? This is why Muslims, they reported those stories in their books, because when you are victorious and you think that this is the way to live, then why you will be ashamed of it? So because they were not ashamed of Muhammad marrying a child, they wrote the story. Because they were not ashamed of Muhammad raping women, they wrote the story. Because they are not ashamed that Muhammad, he take the booties, they wrote the story. Muhammad kidnapping women from their husbands, killing the husband and the son and the child, and raping them, they were proud about it, so they read the story. All those stories are written by the Muslims, for at that time they were not ashamed of it. Today the Muslims are not victorious. They are not the superpower army in the world. They cannot force you to say this is amazing. So they start denying stories. They start picking up stories as they wish. Stories they like it, make Muhammad look nice, they say we approve it. stories make Muhammad look like a criminal or stupid, they disapprove it. But that will not work with us, and we are here to get Islam busted. Thank you very much for being here. May the Lord bless you. Until we see you soon again, maybe tomorrow if we can. Christ is Lord, Islam is false. And see you soon again. Thank you.